reinvest. After I get it, I reinvest. People wanna talk that talk in reality. You have not seen me in action. You think the come up comes overnight. You ain't behind the scenes. Trust me, these things don't just happen. No shade to Gerald, but G's don't come easy when you tryna eat out producing and rapping. I read that contract you sent me to sign, but excuse me, I can't help myself, I'm just laughing. Hey, you tryna cut out a piece of my pie, and I asked you politely, what's it that you offer me? Yeah, I produce all my own beats, and I have no intention of losing my publisher. Yeah, independent individual, boy, I've been eating off passive residuals. Yeah, let's be professional. Thanks for your time, but I had to decline at that principle. I've been scheming up a plan, hey. I've been saving all I can, hey. You could call me David Ramsey. The way I handle these fans, hey. We ain't messing with the old model. New era, new kid, we full throttle. Just know that the come up is not a fluke. My amigos, they focus, know what to do. After I get it, I reinvest. After I get it, I reinvest. After I get it, I reinvest. Stack and put it back in it. After I get it, I reinvest. After I get it, I reinvest. After I get it, I reinvest. Stack and put it back in it.
Yo, look, I ain't saying that I'm rich, cause if I'm honest, I've never been. But when I look at all these other kids, I feel just a little bit ahead of them. You should know the business is competitive. There's a lot of people that I'm better than. Even veterans ain't got the knowledge I do. I've been reinvesting all I ever spent. Stop pretending like you poppin'. Who been out here making profit? Told my mama that I got this. I wonder if she noticed what my job is. I don't know how I'ma make it, but I know no matter what, I'm finna find a way. All my homies finna eat and I ain't letting no one on my team look at an empty plate. Yeah. Went from a boy to a man. Ay, every day been making plans. Ay, they don't really understand. Ay, gotta look out for the fam.
Kick to the gut. 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 Kick to the gut.
Your podcast sucks!
Yo, what's going on? It's Mr. Young.
And it's Forward in the building. How are you, my brother?
I am good. I got my taping, bro. Cheers to that.
I have some. Oh, damn, my drink is in the kitchen. Damn it.
Wait. So you're going to do the entire podcast unhydrated, bro?
Oh, no. Okay. While you talk call or when you throw to a video later, I will disappear for
alamak, what the hell? Anyway, how are you doing, my man?
I'm good. I had a good weekend. I'm refreshed. I'm actually very, very, very tired.
Oh, yo.
It's weird, bro. You know when you go like staycation or you go for like, a hotel stay or what, right? You're supposed to come back refreshed, but somehow you come back more tired. I don't know why.
Bro, that depends on what happens during the staycation, you know?
Oh, no lah. You just sleep lah.
Oh.
But maybe you're so used to sleeping in some luxurious bed that once you come back to your actual bed, you're like, alamak, I cannot sleep properly anymore.
That reminds me of a quote from a legend in the pro wrestling. See, I don't know if you remember this quote, but I did not sleep with that intern. In fact, I was up all night.
Praise God to Shawn Michaels.
Mr. Haw himself at WrestleMania, if you remember, of course.
Oh, I love it, man. You know what's the great thing? I was just watching, of course, A&E's biography. It have been having a great, wonderful series. Every single week they've been putting out episodes, right? So last week was Shawn Michaels one. And they threw out like this extra video on the origins of the Sexy Boy.
Yeah.
Like how they came out with the theme song. So I learned a couple of things, and I think you might have known about this all along. I didn't know that song was actually composed by Jimmy Hart.
Yep, I knew about that. Actually, like, it's funny that you brought up the A&E special, right? And we're probably going to talk about the other special, Dark Side of the Ring, the North Korea one.
Oh my God, yes.
I feel like a lot of the stuff, if you don't already know, please watch it. It's very fascinating. But I think because I listened to enough like Eric Bischoff's podcast and, the other one, I forgot what it's called.
Something to Wrestle With.
Something to Wrestle With. Like, a lot of these stories, I'm like, okay, I've heard these stories before. So I'm like, all right, it's interesting to see, like, sort of from a visual point of view. But to hear these stories again, I mean, it'll always be interesting stories, lah.
You know what's really cool? I really feel like if you combine all the crazy road stories, right, from all the wrestlers, right, we can make an amazing like Game of Thrones style, white collar style TV series, like Soprano style. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like bro, like a Netflix series or HBO Max series. Can you imagine multiple seasons with different characters, dude? Yeah.
Because sometimes I honestly feel like the outside of the ring stuff is so compelling. Like, you know how they make all these sports drama into TV dramas like Friday Night Lights lah, whatever it is lah.
Yeah.
Wrestling, the drama, like for example, the episode can culminate in a match in the ring, yes.
Yeah.
But the whole drama leading up to it, like, oh, this guy got beef with this guy actually doing drugs. Oh, damn happening, bro.
Dude, it is such a... That's why we love the industry, right? For better or for worse. Anyway, before we, start talking about anything and diving into anything, I want to say thank you so much for listening to the podcast on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts and whatnot. But also, if you're on the live chat right now, what's up? Thank you so much for being here. Please say hi in the chat, all right? Let us know that you're here. John, what's up? The real statement is in the house, man.
Oh, it's the real statement. Is this yak?
Yeah, alamak, there is only one real statement, right? Unless somebody created an account called Real Statement. I don't know. Actually,
he wants to claim the account first.
Yeah. Speaking of that, oh my gosh, the things are breaking down very, very rapidly over at SPW. In fact, the very heart and soul of SPW is on the line. Okay, like we want to get to that in just a bit. But Real Statement, what's up? Alexis Lee in the house as well. Hello.
Hello guys, nice to see all of you SPW peeps in the house.
That's right.
This is our weekly live stream, by the way, at this time.
Yes. So, okay, you know how in our intro video, there is a scene where it is two friends hanging out. Well, there's three of them, but right now the thing I want to focus on is the two friends in there. I think you know who I'm talking about, Foreign.
Of course, my brother. Of course. It's not us.
No, it's not us. And this actually got me wondering as well. Because you know how every tag team in the history of wrestling at some point will fight. At some point will come to odds. Bro,
of course.
Will this ever happen to us, bro?
Okay, first of all, if this happens to us, who will be Shawn Michaels, who will be Martin Jannetty?
Why must it be one, betraying the other?
No, that's true. You know what? Here's the thing. The thing about tag teams is, right, sometimes I feel like the moment you become a tag team, there's going to be a shelf life there. The only rare exception, I guess, is the New Day. But even then, they are unceremoniously broken up. So if they're not going to be the ones that's breaking up because of feuding between themselves, management will break them up.
Exactly. What about the Usos? Even now, you see friction among Blood Brothers somehow.
But the great thing about Blood Brothers is the moment we break them up, give them a few years later, they will always come back.
Yeah,
they will always have their reunion, right?
Come back to their love. Their bond, their friendship. Terrence, how are you doing, man? It's a good Monday afternoon to you as well. What's up? Thanks for joining the chat. So, okay, Alexis says she's really upset with these two. And, here's the thing. Like, we always see the three of them. And if you don't know what we're talking about SPW's...
Onslaught, right?
Onslaught, yeah. But not just that, though. Like, I feel like they're more than just a tag team. They're more than just Trexxus and the Statement.
Yeah,
they're like the flag bearers in many ways, and they've and it's like when you think of SPL, you think about the two of them. Yeah, of course, you think about Alexis Lee as well. You think about the Butcher Man as well. But you know what I mean, right?
Of course, they are like the foundations. They're the one that laid the foundations for what SPW is. SPW like grew from like literally just out of nowhere, out of obscurity in 2012, and became one of the most successful wrestling promotions in Singapore. Who have thought there would be a wrestling promotion in Singapore?
Absolutely.
Let alone something with such a following, right?
Exactly. And kudos to them as well during this entire pandemic period, right? They managed to put together like shows. If you check out their YouTube page, SPW, Prove Alive and Kicking.
Yes.
I think there's something to that name to show hey guys, we are here, we are doing it, we're proving ourselves and we're alive and kicking. And not only that, putting out content every single week. But I have to wonder though, with all the pressure of COVID-19, of lockdowns and everything, has it gotten to the two of them in particular?
Okay, so basically this is like a domestic dispute lah.
What domestic? They don't live together lah. What domestic dispute?
Sometimes you circuit breaker, for them they train from home. They don't work from home. So they train from home so hard. Alamak, I'm sick of seeing your face every day. You're doing more push-ups than me. I cannot. You must fight.
Okay. I don't think it's as simple as that. But it goes.
Sorry.
It goes back to the video right at the start of our podcast, right? Like you see the two of them, they're smiling, they're on the beach, they're hanging out, they're chilling out. We've always known them as friends, and Alexis Lee also part of that, you know. I guess the clique, the Singapore clique, if we can call it that, right? And to see what has happened, okay, I think we need to show you what happened. We can talk about it till we're blue in the balls.
Oh yes, my balls is not blue, but my shirt is blue.
Oh gosh. Okay,
anyway.
It's a figure of speech, bro. It's a figure of speech. So, okay, this is SPW's YouTube page where they are putting out, like I said, lots of great content every single week, right?
Yes, please like and subscribe to the YouTube page, SPW Pro Wrestling. What's the full name of the page, by the way, bro?
It's Wrestle Singapore. So just go to YouTube and search for SPW lah.
Yes, of course. So while you like and subscribe there, please like and subscribe, kick to the gut as well, because we need more subscribers, by the way, guys.
Absolutely so. So, okay, there's this thing about Butcherman and Clevie being gone. So you need to check that out. That has been hilarious. And I think we need to talk to our friend, the Butcherman. Because he's been on the show before. He's fam. But why is he hanging out with CK Vin suddenly? I don't understand what is going on. You know, I don't want to be that guy that goes, why are you hanging out with that guy? You know? But why has Butcherman been hanging out with that guy?
Bro, I haven't been in touch with local wrestling storylines. I am waiting for content. And that's why I'm so happy when Statement reached out to us and told us that, okay, this match is happening.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like, we love talking about WWE, right? We love talking about the normal wrestling that we see, WWE, AEW. But we want to support local wrestling. So we want to have a reason to. So if you guys give us content and we can react to it, we can review it, it's great. Because that's what we want to do as well.
Yeah, Alexis said in the chat, no more 3 sweet.
Okay, no more. So back to 2 sweet lah.
So can I join the group and be 3 then? Can I be the next? No, I'm kidding.
Mr. Young!
I can't even take a spear, please.
You betray me.
Then can 4 sweet, 5 sweet, and okay, never mind. That's a conversation for another time. But okay, so it is broken down now after a match. They had a tag team match, right? Onslaught versus Aiden Rex and the mystery partner, who was the Destroyer Dharma. And after that match, all is not well. Let me play you what Trexxus.
What happened, right?
Yeah, what Trexxus said. Okay, I hope got no ads. I'm gonna mute
Hey,
your
do
ads.
you
Screw off with your ads, stupid
there's
ads. Don't want to see your ad. Come, I'm gonna mute the ad real quick.
Bro,
Skip
next time use my
hang on.
account, bro.
Oh, premium, Mr. Premium.
Of course, brother.
Boom. All right, let's check this out.
All right. Before new restrictions, guys.
Andrew, I know you must be wondering why I haven't been returning your calls or responding to your text messages.
Kinda ghosted, no?
Well, that's because
Blue
I
kena
know
blue tick,
that
bro.
you wouldn't listen. Not unless I made my message public. So I've been thinking a lot lately. Thinking about you. I think I speak on behalf of most of the SPW roster when I say that having you as the Southeast Asia champion is an embarrassment.
Ooh.
You are no longer the once ferocious Statement that we all once knew. Instead, the Statement has become someone that just wants to party, have drinks, and being an Instagram cam whore. And don't get me wrong, I'm not opposed to having a good time. But it just seems that you've gotten too complacent for a long time. And if the SPW roster is embarrassed with you, what does that make me? Your tag team partner. So
It's
Andrew,
deep, bro.
what I'm about to propose to you is a challenge. A one-on-one match for the Southeast Asia Championship. Because it seems like you no longer have it anymore.
Oof.
And that clearly showed in our tag team match. When I saw Aiden Rex pin your shoulders to the mat. Now even though you think you had the last laugh, had your foot on him, raised the championship, what I saw from outside The ring was no confidence in you at all. You're just putting up a show. So, in this challenge, when I do beat you and become Southeast Asia champion, that's not all. Because I want you to get out of SPW. I want you gone. And I mean that with love. I don't believe you belong in the ring anymore. And I only care about you, Andrew. I do. Go ahead, go and train your clients in the gym. Go find a girlfriend, get married, start a family. But don't wrestle. Leave SPW in my care. I will proudly represent the company. Because I am someone that has true passion for this industry. And you know what? If I so happen to lose this match, I want to leave SPW.
Wow.
Because it seems like I might no longer have it either. Because looking at all the past matches that I've had, maybe I need to leave. But let's face it, you and me, one-on-one, we all know who's going to win. You don't have to be a historian to know what the result will be. So the only way you're going to communicate with me is if you accept my challenge. So let's really find out. If you really are the Statement, if you are still the Statement, you will accept my challenge. Because we need this match. Because the outcome is for SPW.
Bro,
Nice.
what? Okay, break that down real quick before we play the reply.
Bro, the student is threatening
Good
to become
grammar
the
and
teacher.
spelling
Oh,
are
hold
important.
on.
But if you
Stupid ads just popping up again.
Bro, the ads, is at the end of the WWE video, always they play the music very, very loudly, very annoyingly.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's the same one. As I was just saying, I feel like the student has become the teacher.
Yeah?
Right? Trexxus, trained by Statement. Remember, he was on the show a couple of months ago. He was telling the story of how he approached Statement at the gym. Say, hey, I know you're a wrestler. Can you train me? Look at him now, bro.
I know. Well, okay. I mean, we've talked about this before, right? Like, we always looked at Trexxus thinking to ourselves, all right, this guy has it. This guy can be, the next guy, right? And you have to wonder, has this been festering in his head for the past, I don't know, weeks, months? Like, why did it escalate? Like, when we talk about that escalated quickly, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
man.
I have to think, has this been sort of been there, but he just didn't want to, make it a thing until finally after you've had months and months to sit on your ass and think about things, and he's like, you know what, I should be the man. I should be the champ.
At what point did Trexxus realize that, you know what? I might have just surpassed Statement. He might have realized at some point, like, you know what, I'm actually better than him on a lot of levels.
Yeah.
And this is not just a tag team partner calling out a fellow tag team partner for being complacent on dropping the ball.
Yeah.
Because, hey, come on, let's face it, man. Isn't Statement has carved his entire reputation on being the party boy of Singapore Pro Wrestling? Isn't he supposed to be the Ric Flair? He's always partying, profiling, and I don't know which bar he always goes to, bro, but like, you never chill me. So rabak, bro. But anyway, he has been that guy for the longest time. But it's only now...
Sean.
Oh, bro, you know what? I keep thinking somehow Statement is just going to appear on the Zoom and like...
Well, I mean, yeah,
show
I
a
know,
video
right?
reply.
But he is in the chat and he says, my life, my rules.
Nice.
Alexis is like, you know what? Can we just have a drink over it and then just patch things up? But I think we've moved beyond that point right now.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, if Statement has been doing this for the longest time, this is part of him as a character. So, at what point did Trexxus realize, I'm going to call him out? Is it because when he knew himself that he's ready to take him out?
Yeah. Bro, I think we've all been in that position. I know I have, right? When you are working with somebody for the longest time, and then you feel like you surpass them, but out of respect, out of seniority, maybe even, right? Maybe they even train you. You stick with them, and then you feel like, but actually I have more to show. But out of respect. But then how long can you just hold yourself back when you know you can do more, right? And after the past few months of sort of like not really hanging out, maybe because of COVID, they're staying at home, he's had time to think, and then he realized finally that, wait a minute, it's time for me to step out of the shadows. But also, like, I wish we had Trexxus here to give his point of view as well, because I want to pick his brain as to why it has to be me or you and the other one has to leave. I can't coexist with you anymore. You know, why is there no friendly in between here?
Yeah. So here's the part that makes it really, really interesting. He proposed the loser leaves the promotion, right?
Yeah.
What could this mean? Say scenario one, right? Statement wins. Trexxus leaves. You have supposedly the biggest potential star in wrestling in Trexxus being kicked out by the main guy in Statement right now. What does that do? If so-called Trexxus is excommunicated from his own home promotion, does he still stay in Singapore?
Right.
Does he start a new life somewhere else? He's going to build his reputation somewhere else?
Bro, it's not like we can travel, huh? Right now.
Oh yeah lah, so he just moved to Changi or something lah.
But yeah, I know what you mean. And what does it mean the other way? It's like the Statement is synonymous with Singapore pro wrestling, or just the wrestling scene in general in Singapore, right? What does it mean if he has to leave? Not just the championship. Yeah, the title is on the line, yes, and that's very prestigious. But it's like I said, it's not just a battle of titles, of egos. It's the battle for SPW's soul right now.
Yes, like you said, if Statement leaves, this guy is supposedly SPW, right?
Yeah.
We all know him from the main events. He's always there fighting against all the big international superstars and all that. That clears a whole entire pathway because there's no one at the top.
But bro, us saying that, right? I just realized, couldn't that be the catalyst, the reason that Trexxus is like, you know what? I'm the face. I should be that guy. I want to take over that spot right now. So as long as Statement is here, I can never be the embodiment of SPW. So he's like, you know what? That's why I need to get rid of him. Yeah?
Yeah. Let's throw the question out to Statement if you're still on the chat. Like, what would it mean for you to have to defeat your tag team partner who's basically right now calling you out, man? He's calling you. He wants your top dog spot. What does it mean that you have for you to be able to beat him now?
In a lot of ways, your best friend, not just tag team partner anymore. We've seen them party together in their Instagram videos, hanging out, working out, that kind of stuff. And Alexis, what does it? How do you feel? What does it mean to you that your two good big brothers who have been there for you, look out for you and stuff like that, now they are like fighting and one has to leave, and it's not like, they fight one time and that's it. No, like one has to go apparently. Well, Alexis also says Trexxus hasn't been picking up her calls, so
it reminds me of something that happened on SmackDown. Do you see what happened on SmackDown?
What happened?
Not on SmackDown, it's the SmackDown after show. SmackDown. Was it SmackDown?
Talking Smack.
Talking Smack. Alamak, Smack
Talk. Raw Talk, Smack Talk.
Yeah, you know what? Something very interesting happened. So, obviously, if you guys didn't see, Aleister Black made his long-awaited return.
Yeah,
and it was very brief, but it was amazing, right? He did a black mass. He basically challenged Big E. So on Talking Smack, Paul Heyman actually was interviewing Apollo Crews.
Yeah,
and he was saying like, "Hey, share with me. Come, share with me, bro. You can share with me. How do you do it? How did you get in contact with Aleister Black?" Because he started talking about his time as a executive producer of Raw. He said like, I was trying to push, like this is like almost shoot shit, almost going to shooting territory. Like, I saw him as a star. I was trying to push him, I was trying to give these opportunities and character for him, but he was always distant. He never took that chance, never took that opportunity. How did you get him? How did you convince him to come and back you up? And then Apollo Crews was like, hey, I didn't know what was happening, man. This is not my plan. He just turned up, blah, blah, blah. And then he said like, what do you mean you can't contact him? Maybe his phone is broken or something. That's why you can't contact him,
Okay.
So if you think about it, like I feel like it's as if Aleister Black is similar to Trexxus in this situation, bro.
Okay.
He has gone rogue.
Oh, right. He has sort of kept to himself. Well, withdrawn from his friends. Because let's not forget, at the end of the day, this is battle of friendship as well. You're throwing out a how many year friendship? Alexis Lee says 2013 to 2021. So, okay, 8 years that they've been together. Yo, like, some marriages don't even last that long, okay?
Bro, all enough to have a primary 2 kid, bro.
Exactly. Statement says, if I'm gone, I guess I have to get a new career path. Acting or personal trainer. See, that's a very strange thing for the Statement to say, because I feel like the old Statement would be like, I would never be gone. So I'm like, whoa, is there merit to what Trexxus is saying right now? That maybe the Statement. I'm just spitballing, bro. I'm just throwing out what I see, ideas, what I think.
I mean, the fact that Statement says that he is basically exploring other career options other than being a wrestler, bro.
Whoa, okay, and like,
bro, that's big, bro. That's big.
Yeah, let's take an example from mixed martial arts. They always say in mixed martial arts, if you don't have your heart 100% in it, if you're off modeling, doing TV shows, that's when Ronda Rousey got knocked the fuck out. That's when Conor McGregor gets knocked the fuck out, right?
So that's true. That's true.
You wonder, is Trexxus noticing this stuff? Is he saying, yo, that's the reason why I think now's the time. Now's the perfect time. Strike while the iron is hot.
Yeah, that could be it, bro. That could exactly be. Maybe Statement has been getting all these opportunities. We talked a couple of episodes ago saying that, you know, he had a role in this Octo Channel TV show for kids TV show, the Bone Smasher, right? So like he's getting opportunities in media. Like you said, like he got his clients in the gym, his training. He have so many hands in so many pies.
Yes, yeah. I don't know why that sounded weird. By the way, he has his hands in so many pies. What kind of pie? You know what my favorite pie is, foreign?
Poontang pie.
Hey, no lah, apple pie. What,
bro.
I married. I like apple pie only.
Okay, can. Understand. You're totally not Undertaker and Kane then.
No.
Because remember that scene in Raw? Undertaker asked, do you know what Kane's favorite pie is? Poontang.
Oh my god, that was so long ago. Attitude Era, right?
Yeah, man, that's amazing.
Statement says every hit will be from the heart, but this match has to happen. Whatever he says, I have to prove him wrong. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. So okay, let's take a look at the Statement's response to Trexxus' video right now. Let me play you the video.
All right.
Hopefully no ads. Damn it, YouTube.
Sean.
Hey, Sean, huh?
I heard you loud and clear. You ungrateful little bitch. After all that I've done for you and your career, is this how you're gonna repay me? You want me to leave my promotion? You say that I'm washed up, I'm a has-been, I'm an alcoholic who loves to party, then to kick ass in the ring. Who are you to judge me? I mean, God has blessed me with good looks, great charisma, amazing personality, and I just can't help it. If there's a long line of ladies wanting to get smashed by the Statement, it's free, right? You like free stuff, so why not, right?
Poontang pie, bro. Poontang pie.
That I helped you turn into a man, from a boy into a man. I showed you the world. I mean, if it's not for me, right, you'd probably be a big-ass nerd who loves to watch Star Wars, play your Yu-Gi-Oh cards, eat your chicken breast, the only kind of breast that you'll be eating. And of course, exercising with your phone.
Oh my god, bro, this is amazing, bro.
I mean, this is quite a good joke, right? You gotta give it to me, it's quite a good joke, right? But you know what's the biggest joke that you cracked? Yesterday. The joke that you cracked yesterday was so hilarious. You told me to retire, get a wife, start a family, get a baby. What? A baby? Don't you know I already have a baby? I have a baby that's 9 years old and it's the #1 promotion only in Singapore and Southeast Asia. And you want to take it away from me? There's no chance in hell that I will do that. Yeah, but maybe you're right. Like, I think I should dig down deep and unleash the inner statement once more. You want a shot at my championship? You want SPW? Monday, you've got it. I will see you in the ring because I've got nothing to lose. I will put everything on the line. I'll give you all I've got. If it's the last match of my career, there is no one I would rather face than you. Because I want you to dig down deep. Find that fire, find that passion, find that anger. I want you to unleash everything onto me. Because I will give you 200%. I will find everything that I've got. And I will beat you. Just like the little piece of shit that you are.
Oof.
Because on Monday, the world is gonna witness a god killing an emperor. Yeah.
Thoughts? Wow. Okay, let me kill this ad before I hear the audio. Damn it, YouTube.
Starts, right?
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Powerful words from the statement right there. A lot of burns, and I feel like those are the burns that only a friend can burn you with.
Bro, you can't mistake that for nothing more than just confidence, man. I mean, Statement still has got that swag. He still thinks he's the man. He knows he's the man.
Hey, hold on. I have to very quickly bring up the wardrobe choice of Onslaught as a team. They both doing the whole, like, you know, jacket with the... I guess if you have it, you flaunt it. You flaunt the pecs. Is that it? Because they don't believe in wearing undershirts, is it?
Okay. So yeah, I get what you mean. You know what, bro? Clothes not necessary not mandatory in Onslaught
If you have that kind of body, I think I would be parading around in that as well. But anyway, sorry, that was to me quite tickling.
Interesting show. Speaking of tickling, bro, like the line about him eating chicken breast.
The only breast you'll ever get, Walao.
Lama, bro. Interesting. You know what? Yeah, you're right, bro. Like, they know each other inside out. They know each other's flaws and insecurities, and, you know, things that probably fuel them to get to where they are.
Or trigger them. Like, I'm sure a lot of this is mind games right now, what they say to each other. They know how to press each other's buttons, and the match itself, or rather this big epic showdown will happen tonight on their YouTube page, by the way. So if you're watching right now, go check it out on a Monday evening tonight at 8 p.m. on SPW's YouTube page. Go check it out. If you're listening to the audio of this after Monday, obviously the video is still on YouTube. You can check it out then.
We will try to upload the audio version of this podcast as soon as we are done with this recording. So
that's right.
Hopefully you guys can check it out.
Yeah, but if you are, for whatever, because you know it is how it is with podcasts, right? If you're listening to it after the fact, you can still go back and watch the video.
Yes, bro. Whatever it is, no spoilers. We won't give you any spoilers. But who would you want to win? Throwing it out there.
Wow.
With Statement watching.
You asking me? Hey, Basi, I cannot. Yeah, whether he yapped me one time, I scared. No. Wow. Like, I'm just kind of curious as to Trexxus' state of mind right now, because other than that video, I haven't seen much. Like, you know, Statement's out there, he's balling, he's flamboyant, he's doing his thing, right?
Yep.
That's par for the course with Statement, so I know what to expect. But what the hell are we gonna expect from Trexxus, who has gone incommunicado? Like, where is his mind at? Is he the Trexxus we've seen, or is he gonna be something different? Is he bringing a whole new rage from somewhere we don't know? So honestly, I can't tell you.
Bro, him growing his hair out, you know, reminds me of who, bro?
Who?
CM Punk during his ROH days.
Okay.
Where he was feuding with Raven.
I see.
He got a whole dark emo look. You know, he got a long hair. He also was wearing a sweater with no shirt on. So like maybe he's getting some inspiration from the Sting vibes.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't say W. Allen because I think, you know, they're in the same age, but probably the Sting and CM Punk vibes is definitely there.
Got you. Yeah, what about you? Let me throw that question back at you. Yeah, you notice how I completely siam the question?
Yeah, you completely didn't give me an answer, bro.
Yeah, bro. This is what I do as a profession.
Okay, basically you siam.
I siam tough questions, yeah.
Bro, I very straightforward, bro. I very straightforward. I want the Statement to still be in SPW for sure.
Okay.
You know, he is the man in SPW.
See, here's the thing.
But wait.
If it's not career versus title, or actually not even career versus title, it's either or, right? Like either you are the champion and you stay, or you go.
Yeah. But here's the thing, bro. Ric Flair also was the man.
Yeah.
Until Shawn Michaels took Old Yeller out.
So, are we looking forward to a
Hogan was the man.
Yeah.
Hogan was the man. Everyone loved him. Everyone wanted him to win in Toronto, man. But The Rock was the future. The Rock was the man. The Rock had everything. He was the king of WWE until Brock Lesnar came along.
So what you're saying is everybody's time comes to an end. Everybody's reign comes to an end.
Everybody's got a price for the $1 million man.
Okay, not quite where I'm going with that, but you just said you wanted Statement to win, and now you're contradicting that by saying everybody's time, comes. So is this Statement's time? Is that what you're saying?
Bro, your Xiaoming powers, right? I have learned it the best from the best, bro.
So you a bit one side, a bit the other side. I didn't answer the question. Okay, look. The only way to know is to watch the video when it debuts on their YouTube page tonight. All right, 8 p.m. tonight. That's when it premieres.
Yes, definitely, for sure. And we are gonna be watching. We might give our review of the show next week. Along with obviously our Double or Nothing review.
Oh gosh.
Which, yes, we have to talk about AEW really soon. But yeah, just to wrap a bow on whatever is happening in SPW. I understand SPW Proof is a series, right?
Yes, absolutely. So there's a series of videos that you can check out. So maybe if you haven't been catching up or you've been just chilling out way too much, go to their YouTube page. All the videos are there. Like I said, there's the stuff with the Butcher Man. And Clevey disappearing. He's hanging out with CK Vin, aka LJB. Don't ask me what LJB stands for.
I will not ask. I will not even bother to ask.
And then then there is the Trexxus and Statement stuff, which is
wow. I am happy that SPW is giving out content during this period of restrictions and all that. It's tough because we love watching local wrestling live, coming to the shows and enjoying the matches in person. But this is the next best thing. Yeah. And if you want to keep the promotions going, we should support the content online as well.
So go ahead and like their videos, share it, like our videos, share it, hit subscribe everywhere. You know what's up. You know what's up. Anyway, Alexis says, hey, 3 of us back together, drinking, partying, working out, ish, wrestling all over the world after COVID. That's what she hopes for. Well, nice. Maybe here's the thing. Maybe after one of them leaves, they can get back to just being friends and not have to worry about who is better than the other.
Very, very tough, because knowing how competitive both of them are,
true.
This is more than just saving face, bro. This is like a matter of like pride,
Question, Alexis, are you going to be involved in the match? Will you be at ringside? Because is
she gonna be the Lita to the Hardy Boys?
Oh my god,
conflicted.
Yeah, because she cares for both of them, that kind of thing, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Ooh. Okay, we need to watch to find out. Tonight, 8 p.m. Go check it out.
Definitely. Guys, thank you so much for joining us on the stream. When we have other listeners streaming in later, when we talk about AEW Dynamite, hopefully they can see the entire conversation and they know that there is going to be a big epic match happening tonight.
Absolutely. So there you go. Once again, Singapore Pro Wrestling on YouTube. Go give them a subscribe and watch the debut, the premiere of, Loser Leaves SPW. The battle for SPW Soul is happening tonight. My God, it's happening tonight. How crazy is that, right?
Yeah, man.
In the meantime, all right, before we get to AEW, and of course we need to preview their big Double or Nothing show that's coming out soon, right?
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about, I know you wanted to bring this up, the Dark Side of the Ring. The latest episode was about the North Korea show. And like I said, I already kind of knew this story because I listened to Eric Bischoff's 83 Weeks.
Yes.
And he has an episode on that as well. So while I was watching it, I don't want to say I was bored because at least it was different because they interview all the fellas. They interviewed Scorpio Sky. They interviewed Scott Norton and Eric Bischoff himself. But I'm like, okay, I know this story already. But what did you think of the episode?
Here's the thing, bro. maybe I underestimate like so-called the reach and influence of wrestling throughout history, right? The fact that Antonio Inoki, who is apparently, I mean, I know he's a wrestling legend, almost like a wrestling god in
Japan.
Inokism, in Japan, right? The fact that he used his clout as a wrestler to try to broker diplomatic solutions, to try to go broker for world peace. When he was decades ago, he held festivals called the World Wrestling Peace Festival, that kind of thing. I think it's incredible that the power of wrestling can be used as like a force of good to actually make real change in the world. And it might be idealistic because obviously when you watch the episode, it didn't lead to any sort of significant change or what in North Korea, for example. But the fact that wrestling can be used as a tool to help make the world a better place and like actual change. Like they were talking about how he went to negotiate Japanese hostages from Saddam Hussein. Like this kind of stories, when I hear it, I'm thinking to myself like, wow, it's incredible. Like when people say, oh, wrestling is fake, but then it creates real change. Like, I don't know, man. It's pretty crazy to think in that way,
Very quickly, I just saw the message from Alexis. I said Scorpio Sky. I meant Too Cold Scorpio. Wrong Scorpio, bro. Wrong Scorpio.
No, the worst part is just went way over my head as well.
Yeah, you didn't even realize I said Scorpio Sky, huh?
Yeah.
Too many Scorpios.
Hey, Alexis, feel free to please stay and hang out with us, and we're going to talk a lot of wrestling shit after this.
Alexis says she's going to drown herself in alcohol. Hey. You see the two men, I want to say two boys, but they're two men lah. Look at what you've done to your best friend. Ayo,
bro. Girl, don't get too drunk, girl. When you want to get drunk, get indoors.
You can only be indoors, right?
Yes.
Maybe we should have a Zoom drinking party. Anyway.
Oh my gosh, do a Zoom drinking game.
Oh God. Anyway, Irvin, how you doing? Thanks for dropping by chat, by the way.
Yeah, man. What's up?
Talking about that whole issue. I mean, and they also mentioned like Inoki was doing it as sort of a political play as well, because he wanted to further his political aspirations in Japan itself, and to be able to broker like quote unquote peace deals. And I think getting Muhammad Ali, especially during their era, was huge for them, right?
That's crazy, right?
Yeah, but I was very, I wouldn't say amused, because I guess in that era, a lot of people didn't really know. There wasn't like, the internet wasn't so big that people could just learn about what goes on in North Korea, what's happening here and there. Like they had no idea what they were stepping into. I think in this day and age, if they told you, hey, you want to go North Korea? I'd be like, because I would know. I would have read and heard about it, right? But in those times, I'm sure they're like, oh, okay, I've heard a bit, like bits and pieces about North Korea. But like, okay, law, experience law. But then when they get there, they realize, oh shit, this is some different world shit right now.
This is not holiday, man. This is like a different colony, bro.
Yeah.
What's crazy is like they have been living under propaganda rule, right? All their entire lifetime in North Korea. And then they have been told that West is the enemy, the Americans are enemy, blah, blah, blah. And then one time you got the most American looking person, Ric Flair, with his blonde hair appearing there, like, they probably think they saw an alien. Like, for the rest of they might think that they stepped into an alien colony, but the Koreans themselves.
Yeah, and plus that whole story of Eric Bischoff just going out of the hotel to have a jog and scaring the locals, because the locals hadn't seen a white guy before, and they're like, oh, their whole lives they've heard that white people, or the Western world, they were like evil, like the bad guys, right? To see one random Angmo fella running down the street, running after them, like they were freaking out apparently.
Yeah, it's like they let like the Terminator loose or some shit like that.
Yeah, and these school kids are like, holy shit.
Yeah, that was quite funny when they had that retelling. The thing that actually surprised me the most about the entire show was the fact that they were able to somehow organize, I mean obviously by force lah, they don't have a choice. They were somehow able to organize all these North Korean spectators to come and watch 2 nights of wrestling consecutively, and basically easily smash the indoor attendance record for wrestling, like casual only,
Yeah, but bro, that's North Korea. It's just North Korea things, like we've read stories about how like all of them are weeping when they talk about the great leaders and stuff like that, and if they don't weep, it's like, oh, oh, your family, goodbye, you know, that kind of stuff. Like stories that come out. I don't know whether they are substantiated or not, but I'm not surprised that they managed to get that many people out there.
Yeah, and what's crazy when Scott Norton said that, you know, call his wife.
Yeah.
So apparently, they were listening tapping on the phone is one thing, but the one line that triggered them was basically when Scott Norton said, "You have no idea that I'm in a shithole." So calling North Korea shithole led him to get fucking interrogated, which is funny lah in my eyes.
Have you ever been to the DMZ, by the way?
What's DMZ?
The demilitarized zone. So the zone, basically the border between North and South Korea. Like there are tours that go in there, and I've actually, you know, had the privilege of going.
Wow.
Yeah.
Please share with us that experience, bro.
Bro, it is like the most tense thing ever because technically they are still at war, right? They are just, you know, the North and South. They're just at a ceasefire. It's a Sibei-long ceasefire, but technically they are still at war. You know what I mean? So like then there are like American soldiers there. When they do the tours, they will explain to you, oh, this is happening. You know, there have been like incidents where one side try to like, you know, one fella try to escape or one fella try to jump the other side and stuff like that. So the atmosphere there is always tense. It's always tense.
So I got one question, bro. So I can understand people from North Korea trying to jump over and escape to South Korea, but who in their right mind from South Korea want to escape into North Korea, bro?
Fuck, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Maybe they want that simple life, you know what I mean? But it's an absolute trip because if you go there, the south side, you can hear the speakers. The south side playing K-pop over to North Korea.
Really?
Yeah, it's like to tell them, hey, look at the cool pop stuff we have over here. North Korea is playing propaganda to the south side. Come on over, it's better here. So it's like two giant speakers, you know, on each side of the border telling each other how great life is on the other side.
Okay, so I got a question. So like one side is South Korea, one side is North Korea. And the demilitarized zone is like a huge, like a huge pathway that's in between, right?
Yes, with fucking landmines and shit.
Okay, so it's basically like a battlefield. It's like their causeway point, like their causeway tunnel lah.
No, it's a lot different. Okay, it's like it's a border and then there's an entire thick, like, you know, area which separates the north. So this sort of area in between is like a don't fuck around here area. You go in there.
It's basically a piece of land lah.
Yeah.
Got it. So are there like barbed wire on each side or something like that?
Oh, bro, there's barbed wire, there's landmines, there's all kinds of shit, like guns pointing at each other. We weren't allowed to take our like phones out in case the other side might think it's a gun. And they fucking open fire and that's shit already.
So you know, got people like just for fun, they just like, you know, throw random objects into the demilitarized zone.
Cannot, bro.
Hoping to blow up a landmine or some shit. You know?
They will fuck you. They'll put you in jail and all that shit.
Is there like a what do you call it, act of war by doing that?
It could be. That's why when you go in, they really like the guides really tell you, okay, this you cannot do. You don't wear like outlandish clothing, you know.
I remember when I was watching an episode of Conan, you know, Conan O'Brien.
Yeah.
So he actually visited that area also. And then apparently there's this one room or one small shack house where it's like a demilitarized zone where the people can come from both sides to negotiate.
Oh, the blue color one, right?
Yeah,
bro, I show you. I have the photos.
Were you there? Were you there in the blue line? So basically like half of that house was the South Korea side. Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So like what one side is South Korea, you go out the other door is North Korea.
Correct. And then they always say if you step over the line, like a South Korean steps over the line, you're fucked already. So whenever they go over, they never go over solo. They always go in pairs or threes, so that if some fucker try to pull you over into North Korea, the other guys can pull you back. Like apparently the soldiers when they go up, because sometimes they pass messages, right? This is what the tour guide told us lah. Like they will essentially the soldier in front will interact with the other soldier from the north. One soldier will put his hand in the belt to make sure like he doesn't get pulled over.
Wow.
Dude, that's crazy shit, man.
Okay, so you were inside this particular room lah.
Yeah.
So you literally, bro, you were inches away from crossing over to North Korea if you wanted to lah.
Okay, technically the room itself is like a neutral zone. So you're not in either side.
Okay. So basically that house, that where you took that photo, you're already in the demilitarized zone.
Yes. I have a photo inside the house actually.
Wow, bro, this is crazy, bro. I know this is not wrestling related, but to me this is pretty interesting.
This is the inside where they sit down and talk.
So the table is the in-between spot lah.
Yes, technically. So you can go there. I'm in South. I'm in North. I mean, okay lah, but all the fuckers in there are super. Look at these fucking like serious ass.
Do you
faces.
take a photo of the North Koreans? Those North Korean people?
Actually, I'm not sure. I forgot if this is North or South side. I think.
But you did see North Korean soldiers lah.
Oh yeah, of course. And yeah, there are snipers. Irvin says there are snipers in the North side and South side, both sides aiming at each other all the time, just in case some bullshit.
Okay, so how did the North Korea look like? Do they look like extra mean?
Oh yeah,
extra hungry.
Of course.
Impoverished.
This is our American tour guide telling us about shit.
What? The tour guide is a fucking soldier.
Yeah lah, of course lah. They have to have soldiers. They have to explain to us what's going on, man. And the day we were there, something actually happened because apparently the North side wouldn't. They got pissed. It's like a
really
like a jilted lover like that. North side wouldn't pick up the phone for several days, and then on the day we were there, they called back. So there was like a scramble. We were like, ooh, they ushered us into like behind the glass. All right, y'all fucking get back behind the glass in case some shit pops off. So I don't know if they were like trying to be a little bit more dramatic, but I think they take precautions because you never know when shit will pop off. So they usher us to the back of the glass and we all like, ooh, take out a video. I have the video. And then they're like, oh, the soldiers went to the line to tell the other side, hey, pick up the phone.
Bro, what if, right, bro? This whole thing is an entire big ruse just to entertain you guys. Like the North Korean, South Korean guys, like, hey, got visitor, okay, let's pretend. Let's get engaged.
Hey, you never know. This whole thing could just be a scam. It's a work, bro.
Fuck. Oh my god, they're working you guys, bro.
They working tourists.
That's how this is all related back to wrestling, bro.
No, but this is a real life conflict that has gone on for many years, and it is crazy lah. And referee Ryan, I don't believe. Irvin, sorry, I don't believe that Scott Norton and Scorpio were ignorant because they were just ignorant. I think at that time there wasn't that much access to the internet and information like this, so I don't think it's their fault. But holy crap, that was crazy.
Bro, quick one, can you change the screen for me? I need to take my water. Apparently my dad is telling me that the water is melting.
Water is melting. Water is water, bro.
My ice in the water is melting, brother.
Okay, no worries.
I'll be back in 30 seconds.
30 seconds. In the meantime though, I will sit here and talk. How about that?
Please continue talking. Thank you.
Chat, how you guys doing, by the way? Referee Ryan, dude, you missed. Okay, Referee Ryan, I assume that you are not going to be calling the match between Statement and Trexxus. Or are you? And also, if you are, good luck, because that's two incredible powerhouses. It's going to be super intense, and, well, they're fighting literally for their SPW lives. So, yeah, that's going to be huge. But yeah, guys, so in just a bit, what we're also going to do is talk about AEW because they're going to have their big pay-per-view coming up soon, Double or Nothing, right? As we sort of perhaps put a bow on this whole North Korea situation. Interesting lah, that these promotions and what they do for the sake of, I don't know, sometimes it's political clout, sometimes it's money. Oh, Referee Ryan, you are in the thumbnail. Okay. I didn't notice the thumbnail until so accurately. Oh yeah, he is. What? He is in the. I was asking Referee Ryan if he's the ref for tonight's Trexxus versus Statement, and it turns out I'm looking at the thumbnail now. That's him, but he's wearing a mask, so I couldn't tell.
Nice. Okay, wait. I got a question. Why do all our usual followers, right? Why do you all come right after our segment of SPW just finished?
You know, they were makaning, maybe.
Oh, okay. I thought you all wanted to let the people the SPW talk on their own and then you come.
No, I mean, they were having their whole thing as well. So, Zane G, how you doing, man? What's up? Welcome to the chat. So, okay, we've talked about Singapore Pro Wrestling. We just talked about the whole North Korea thing with Eric Bischoff, WCW.
Collision in Korea.
I mean, what other head scratches in terms of big events overseas have happened? I mean, just very quickly, like I know you messaged me about like perhaps WWE being involved in putting shows up in Saudi Arabia. Like we all know that one is a money deal, right?
Yeah, but that's a blood money deal, bro. If you think about it.
Sure.
Holding a show in Saudi Arabia is one thing, but holding a show with the clout of the government, with MBS, if you do not know who MBS is basically now the current crown prince of Saudi Arabia.
Oh, not Marina Bay Sands, huh?
No, different, bro. And Muhammad bin Salam or
Okay.
Salam or something like that. But the point is, right, this guy is a motherfucking dictator, bro. He's the guy who basically ordered the assassination of Jamal Khashoggi. Remember that guy from a few years back?
Right.
So he was this Washington Post reporter who is like a Turkish-born guy. Basically went into a Saudi Arabia ambassador consulate or some shit in Turkey, got his ass fucking chopped up, bro.
Oh my god.
Chainsaw, put into packages and basically, butchered up. And it's not Butcherman who did it lah, but
Oh god.
but the point is, he was killed in cold, in broad daylight. And it's like normalized, like he basically literally this dictator says, okay, I want to kill this guy.
Wait, hold on. But is this just all like, hearsay, or is this
Bro, this is reported.
Okay.
This is reported UK, bro. If you remember back in 2018, this happened just a few weeks before Crown Jewel happened.
Oh, right.
So obviously there was like, uproar, the fact that, this thing happened. They wanted to boycott, or they wanted all Americans to boycott any dealings with Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Just nice. WWE is in the middle of it because they are in bed with Saudi Arabia. They literally were going to go there and hold a show the next 3 weeks. So after what happened in the Washington Post, and it has been confirmed that he was murdered by the Saudi Arabian government, they took responsibility for it.
They continue with it lah.
WWE completely left out all sorts of like mention of the fact that Crown Jewel was happening in Saudi Arabia, trying to pretend that they were in somewhere else. Because if you remember the very first ever greatest Royal Rumble, it was completely Saudi Arabian propaganda.
Correct. Like Saudi Arabia, and then they were like talking about
the women can
sites,
drive. Well, they can bullshit, right? But the second one, they completely left out because they are in a pickle.
Yep.
But because they had legitimate pressure from the government, from the federal government, from a lot of lobbies to pull out of the deal.
Yeah.
But they literally just signed the deal.
Yeah.
And Vince McMahon went like, I ain't not gonna walk away from this Saudi money. Fuck this shit.
I wonder though, what does it mean for the future? Are they going to still do it? Are they not going to do it anymore? Are they saying, all right, we're done. We signed a deal with NBC, with Peacock, and we're good for money?
Obviously, the supposed requirements of this deal is that they were to hold 2 shows a year.
Yeah.
And they actually did one show in 2020, right? That match where the Fiend lost his title to Goldberg.
Yeah.
So they are basically they still owe Saudi Arabia 3 shows.
Right.
One extra show from 2020 they haven't done yet, and then 2 shows in 2021. So not only do I feel that they are going to continue the deal, they're going to pay back for the shows that they missed.
Oh my god, yeah, you're probably right. Unless they do like a show headlined by Mansoor in the US and try to, like, how they did with the India celebration one, where they themed it a certain way, but they weren't there. So I don't know. Irvin says, I think he was a US citizen. Officially, Saudi said it was done by rogue agents or something. So okay, yeah, that's the quote unquote official Saudi word lah.
Yeah,
I mean, whatever the case actually is.
No, but the funny thing is, so the word on the street is, this MBS guy was legitimately amused that him killing this random journalist guy got so much media attention. Okay. You know what that means, right?
What?
He kills people on the daily, bro.
Okay, bro. This is all just but what people say, hearsay, even in a say. I don't think we should officially say that or just make that our opinion. It's just opinions, right?
Yeah, it's just opinions, because obviously if you see that as fact and there's any Saudi Arabian spies that's listening on the podcast, you won't hear from me anymore, bro.
Oh god. Okay, let's not even go there. So yeah, that is definitely a bit of a shady thing. What else?
Okay, so I also read a couple of things, and this one is, I would say, put it under speculation, because I do not want to give too much information about this thing unless there is actual confirmation, right? But it's normal for a lot of wrestling promotions to have ties with the local area that they work for, like their headquarters, right?
Sure.
So in Japan, a lot of the wrestling promotions, okay, wait, I wouldn't say have ties with the Yakuza.
Yeah.
But I give you a very clear example linked to the collision in Korea of how wrestling can lead to you getting into trouble with this type of shady people.
Sure.
They did mention that Inoki's mentor, Ricky Dozan, who was supposed to be the father figure of wrestling in Japan, he was murdered by a mob.
Yes.
This one is confirmed. This is officially legitimate, right?
Yeah.
He got stabbed in a nightclub. The unofficial reason was why is because this guy was actually a born North Korean. But during the war, he ended up in Japan, became a naturalized citizen, and for some reason or another, blah, 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 ended up becoming the most famous Japanese wrestler of the era.
Yep.
Like in the post-war Japan, he was basically a hero to the Japanese people because he's like this, someone that they can look up to who's fighting all these evil so-called Westerners,
and
that kind of thing.
And the argument is that's why Inoki, who was his student, was so popular in North Korea because he had that tie to this North Korean that became a huge star in Japan. So that's why they actually cheered Inoki, even though every single other match at the North Korea card was dead silence.
Yes. So even though this Ricky Dozan guy, the fact that he was a North Korean was actually a secret for the longest time. It only started leaking out in the late 60s, when the Korean War was happening, or late 50s, for my bad. So there was a lot of sudden suspicion, saying that, hey, this guy, is he really a Japanese hero? Should he be even labeled a Japanese hero? He's a North Korean guy, that kind of thing. And that actually stoked a lot of hatred for him, a lot of backlash for him, and that led to him being confronted on that particularly fateful night to get stabbed.
If anything, doesn't it show you the power of wrestling, especially in Japan at that time, when people thought of it as like this high class entertainment? Like, you go back to the origins of like wrestling in the US as well, you hear stories like that. You would have heels that would say shit and then they would get attacked backstage by people who legitimately got angry.
Yes, that's true. And let's not just talk about that. There's a great example of wrestling in the South in the 60s, in the 70s. You got hear stories like The Rock's dad, Rocky Johnson, right? One of the first black people to work in the Southern Territories in Georgia, in where is Oklahoma. So basically, all this freaking Southern where the racial segregation is still very, very fresh. And he was supposed to play a baby face. Can you imagine how crazy it was? You talk about a tough crowd.
Yeah, wow.
A black guy trying to win over a racist crowd and get them to cheer for them. That was breaking barriers, right?
Yep.
And if you think about it, if the crowd is like that, what about the wrestlers in those days who could be racist?
Yep.
Having to work with black people. How do you think the locker room was?
Yeah. I'm sure, and you hear a lot of these stories as well. Like if you watch the Booker T A&E special as well, he did mention stuff like that. At the end of the day, though, like if you can draw money, you can draw money. And like the one thing I've always, heard these people talk about, like when they talk about Vince McMahon, he didn't care what race you were, as long as you could draw money, you could draw money. So that in itself is like, all right, you're treating people based on their abilities, which is,
It's fair.
It's fair play, right?
Yeah, and I think that's amazing. Like a lot of people keep saying like, Vince McMahon doesn't like black champions because there's not so much of black champions around. Like we've only had 3. But if you think about it, Booker T, Bobby Lashley, Kofi Kingston, all these people, they are there on merit. Like they are really great champions, regardless of their color of the skin.
At that point, okay, I mean, I think a lot of people get upset about like the Booker T versus Triple H match at WrestleMania. Everyone thought Booker T should have won the World Championship.
Yeah.
Remember that?
What do you think about that then?
I mean, I feel like it was a creative decision. At the end of the day, and here's the thing. I think us as wrestling fans, we like to overthink things as well. Like, they didn't give it to him because they don't want a black champion, that kind of thing. Like, it was probably just all right, this is not the direction we want to go. It was probably a creative thing. Are they racist? Yes, of course they are. But sometimes a horse is a horse, not a zebra. If you know what I mean.
There was that one very sus promo that Triple H did right before that WrestleMania though. Remember?
Yeah.
He was calling like calling Booker T like people like you.
People like you. Yeah, but you see, that was just sort of like that towing the line. Like, did he mean what he meant, or did he just mean sort of like let's stoke those emotions sort of a promo? At the end of the day, they're all playing characters, right?
You know what? If you want to talk about the long-term implications of that storyline, people say that might be a bad decision. But you know what? That led to that year, the creation of Evolution.
Yeah.
And Evolution went on to be the most dominant heel group for that next 2 years.
Yeah.
And because at that point in time, that WrestleMania, Triple H only had Ric Flair with him.
Yeah. And also, you can't say that Booker T suffered because, I mean, look at the career he's had. I mean, he's a Hall of Famer. He's won the championship as well. He did hilarious things as King Booker. So I think at the end of the day, the cream will rise to the crop. Irvin, great point. Irvin says Vince was grooming Ahmed Johnson. But at the end of the day, Ahmed Johnson couldn't make it.
Yeah, he wasn't that good. He wasn't able to deliver. Okay, any other wrestlers do you think should have had the world title? Any black wrestlers you think should have had that world title, but just for some reason or another didn't make it to the next level?
What?
I have one in mind.
Okay.
I felt that in 2004, the way they were booking Shelton Benjamin.
Really?
Yes. Remember when he came to Raw, he won a lot of upset matches with Triple H?
Yeah, but he's never been a strong promo though. That's the thing. Like, athletically, no doubt, 100%, right? But as far as a promo...
Yeah, I agree. But what I'm saying is like, with his athletic ability and the way they were pushing him, I thought that they might have given him like a surprise run, you know?
Right.
Like an upset ability. But I understand why he didn't make it to the next level because of his lack of charisma.
I feel like if Shelton Benjamin was born in this era, maybe can. Like, he would have gotten the Jinder Mahal treatment, as in he becomes a shock champion for a while and then they take the title off of him. Then he can forever be branded as former champion and have great matches, blah, 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 right?
Yeah, maybe that's why The Rock was so popular. Because I felt The Rock represented so many things for different people.
Yeah. And he was, I mean, at the end of the day, he was incredibly athletic and hilarious. So he's just a perfect combination of everything together. So, you know. Oh, R-Truth at that very one brief moment. Which brief moment?
When he was with Little Jimmy, right?
Little Jimmy,
he was going all psychotic. Yeah, 2011, I thought.
Yeah.
But I would argue that was because there was such a lack of stars at that point in time.
Also, do you really want the face of your company to be some crazy dude?
Nah,
you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that gimmick has its ceiling. Like a high mid-card ceiling, and that's it.
The perfect black champion like that I see so far, in my opinion, is Bobby Lashley. Because I feel like Bobby Lashley looks like a star.
Yep.
Carries himself like a star. The way he dominates in the ring is like a star. What was lacking all this while was, like you said, the mouthpiece.
Yeah.
Right. But I would even argue, right, even without the mouthpiece, right, he has a physical charisma to him, which I think is different from Shelton Benjamin.
Yes, when you look at him, he looks like a champion. The way he wrestles, he looks like a champion already. So yeah, I would buy him as a champion even if he didn't have MVP. But that being said, with MVP, he now becomes a much more complete package.
Yeah, that's true. And I was just thinking back about Francis Ngannou. He had the big victory like a couple of weeks ago, right? As a champion in UFC, right?
Yeah.
And the thing about I suddenly felt some similarities with him and like Bobby Lashley, but also with Kofi Kingston.
Okay,
because Bobby Lashley, obviously his physical dominance, his athletic ability is very reminiscent of Bobby Lashley. But he had a very feel-good story, like inspirational story, which I felt that would make him a great babyface. Yeah, because yes, he's not really a talker. He's more of like a quiet charisma kind of guy.
Yep.
But you can see by the way his humility and all that. I think that makes a great champion as well. So like, do you realize, bro? Like WWE hasn't made a very likable babyface humility type of champion in a long time.
Yeah.
Can you think of any? Because I can't. The last guy that gave me that kind of vibe was like someone like a Daniel Bryan. Essentially he's a humble, good guy.
Yeah. Well, I guess maybe in the age of, or rather in this, business that's all about entertainment, this humble, quiet guy doesn't quite cut it.
To me, someone that actually encapsulated that when he was a babyface was Chris Benoit's victory at WrestleMania 20.
True.
Like
Irvin brings up Bayley, NXT. There you go.
Yep, Bayley understood. I think I would even argue Finn Balor in his initial run in NXT. When he first started out, he was that fighting champion with heart, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre, when they open up his personality a bit,
Yeah.
I think when we learn about his history and coming back, I think that was quite good.
Yeah.
But somewhere along the way, it kind of got lost, in my opinion.
Let me say hello to Hidai, who just jumped in the chat, by the way. How you doing? How's your Monday so far? So, okay.
What's up, Hidayah?
Yeah. So I don't know how we went from shady dealings to racism in the wrestling world to
Bro,
African American champions.
That's the beauty about this podcast, where you can talk about whatever we want, bro.
Okay, so now let's refocus. Okay, before we jump to AEW, very quickly, anything from this week's Raw or last week's SmackDown? Actually, not this week's Raw. It hasn't happened yet. Raw, SmackDown, NXT jump out at you.
Obviously, again, favorite show of the week, SmackDown.
Yeah.
I just love how stacked the SmackDown roster is, bro. And now with Aleister Black coming back, I was like, oh, bro, the IC title thing is actually pretty dope.
Also, did you notice the continuity? I wonder if it is an Aleister Black thing, like he realized this himself. But remember how he was taken out? Murphy stabbed him in the eye with the ring steps, a la Rey Mysterio, right? And when he made his re-debut, he was wearing contact lenses in the right eye, something that made his right eye look wonky.
Yeah, it's great. I love to look. There was another meme that I saw where he said that he took inspiration from Kane. Because Kane one eye blue color, what?
Yeah. So okay, I mean, I'm pretty sure that was something that he did on purpose, just to have continuity with what happened to him almost a year ago.
Okay, here's why I love the internet. Because internet can just make the most random shit out, but actually makes it make sense and it's funny. So they were hinting, right, this crazy theory that what if the Tales of the Dark Father, bro, is the notes that he got from Undertaker. What if Undertaker was his storyline father?
Walao.
And he basically he found the notes from his Ministry of Darkness days. And
then study.
Yeah, then he got then basically he grew out into that. But if you think about it, actually they can legitimately be father and son, because Undertaker is 55, 56. He's only in his early 30s, bro.
So how come he went to the Netherlands? Why is his kid from...
Bro, the Netherlands, right, is code name for the Nether Realm.
Which is where Undertaker is from Death Valley? No.
Yeah, he's from the Death Valley. They all have multiple dimensions.
Sure.
Why not?
Irvin says, do you think Zelina Vega will be part of his gimmick? Because Zelina Vega is coming back, right? She re-signed with the WWE.
There was rumors that before she was fired, they actually wanted to put Zelina Vega with her real life husband.
Yeah.
In Aleister Black. So Zelina Vega never should have been fired in the first place, in my opinion. So if she's coming back, I think it's great. For sure.
Okay. Let's then talk about AEW. Let's move on to, the shit. Okay, I'm kidding.
All right.
I'm kidding.
Okay, actually, gonna be another 1 hour ranting session.
When I looked at the card just now, I was like, actually, some of these matches are quite exciting. So I am quite pumped for AEW Double or Nothing, which happens next Monday. So next Monday's podcast will be our reactions to AEW Double or Nothing. But let's preview it.
Off the pay-per-view.
Very fresh off the pay-per-view. So let's preview it right now. First of all, we got Young Bucks versus Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston.
Okay. Can I say something before we get into this preview for this particular match?
Sure.
I low-key enjoyed what happened at the end of AEW Dynamite last week.
Okay.
When after the match, after the Young Bucks won their match, they got jumped by Moxley and Eddie Kingston, and they stole their Dior shoes.
Yeah, stole their swag lah, basically. No, it's very on brand with the duo with Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston, and I love it.
Yeah.
See, that's what they need to be doing, right? And especially with the Young Bucks and their current gimmick, it's like, oh yeah, we are the rich punk kids and they're like the street kids, so they will clash, and it makes sense. It's a story that's as natural as can be, so I love it.
Yeah. So you know what, I'll give props, if AEW does a good storyline and good character work, I'll praise it. I love it. I love that they lean into this reality part.
Do you think that they take the titles from the Young Bucks, or
I'm conflicted, bro, because I feel like Young Bucks are still very early in their run.
Yeah, true.
They are too early for them to not to be called dominant, because yes, they might have been winning matches, but they haven't had dominant victories.
The story hasn't been compelling so far, and for them to lose their momentum that they've built in the last couple of weeks, I think would be a shame. So I agree with you. I would like to see the Young Bucks screw Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston somehow.
Yeah, somehow I feel like they might sneak out a victory, get a measure of revenge. And also because I like Kingston and Moxley in chase mode.
Yeah, true. Like, you're right. Like, John Moxley as a champion doesn't work for me. Like, he has to chase.
He's a good contender.
Yeah, he is. But as a champion, it's like, okay, like, what's next? You know what I mean?
And you know what? I think I posted something on our Facebook about an interview that Renee Paquette did about her husband, and she said that he is basically living his best life because he's basically taking up a lot of like, checklists of opponents he wants to work with, storylines that he wants to do. And I think Moxley works best not as the face of a company or promotion. I want him to be the guy that goes around doing dream matches. Realizing his so-called wrestling plans that he wants to. I think that works better for him. He's like more of a journeyman guy.
Yeah. He's best when he's having fun, and you could tell he wasn't having fun in the WWE. So
yes,
not everyone wants to be the headliner, right? So, and that's fine. That's cool. If this is his goal, this is his goal. And in Eddie Kingston, he has a buddy. They have the same vibe. That tag team just works, and I'm actually low key looking forward to this match. So there you go. That's the most positive thing I will ever say about the Young Bucks.
But most of it wasn't because of Young Bucks. It was because of Eddie Kingston and Moxley.
Okay, like I said before, they finally embraced their inner douchebag millennial kid, whatever fuck, YPs, young punks, and I love it, and it works for them. So kudos.
Bro. Also, bro, I want to show some love to Young Bucks.
Sure.
You know why?
Why?
I am actually currently reading on my Kindle. My current read right now is the Young Bucks autobiography, bro.
Oh my god.
From the I forgot what's the name of the title. From the backyards to the big leagues.
Killing the business, right?
Killing the business. Okay, so here's the one thing. Okay, here's something that I would say that is a baby face thing about the Young Bucks. Okay, give them props. Okay. So Matt, the oldest brother, he was actually clinically dead at childbirth.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, he wasn't supposed to survive because I think the mom's what do you call it? What's the thing that connects the umbilical cord? Actually was got tangled up in his neck,
wrapped around his neck.
Yeah. So when they had to do a C-sec emergency, when he was born, he was blue. So he actually barely survived that first 2 years. So that story was actually something that informed his entire life going forward, because he wasn't supposed to make it, he wasn't supposed to survive. So like attitude, he took it and carried it into like his life and wrestling sooner or later. Another crazy fact that I didn't know was the Nick Jackson was actually born 4 years younger than Matt. So people keep thinking that they are twins, right?
Yeah.
But they're not. They actually had a sibling in between both of them. They had a girl.
Oh.
So like a him, then another girl, then Nick.
Where is this sister butt?
Yeah, the sister butt was and then they had one last kid. Who basically didn't become a wrestler, but they always bully him, practice their tag team moves on the youngest brother.
Yeah.
Very poor thing. And their parents were Jesus freaks. This is their quote. They quote about the parents. Like they literally grew up in a Christian gospel family. Like every day is like music. So like so they were never supposed to even watch wrestling, bro. Wrestling is sinful.
Right. And somehow they did, and then it became their life.
Yeah. And what made their story so compelling was, you remember that they had a Papa Buck segment a year back or something, and the dad got beaten up for no reason. Actually, that was just a low key that they want to do as a love letter to their dad to get them involved in the wrestling angle, because so the dad was like a super Jesus Christian freak, right?
Yeah.
He found out that his kids were like going to like backyards, to other people's like dumpster trucks, taking mattresses and like fighting, and then he said, you know what, if you are gonna wrestle, I want it to be under my supervision. At least I know where you guys are wrestling. So his dad's daytime job is he's a house painter and house builder. So the dad literally built a wrestling ring for the kids.
Wow.
Didn't have internet, doesn't know anything about wrestling. He figured it out. He said that you kids are gonna help me build this ring, put in the effort to build this ring for you, and then so this ring is basically my 16th birthday gift for them.
Nice.
So on the 16th birthday, the youngest guy, the Nick, got the wrestling ring all set up, and basically ever since then, like as a way to thank their dad, they basically practiced on that ring, did all their moves, everything, and opened up their first backyard like wrestling promotion in their neighborhood. So all the kids came over to him. So basically all the wrestling dreams and everything that they achieve in wrestling, they always give it back to their dad, because the dad was the one that believed in him and helped give them the first push.
Like the day they decide to highlight all that would be a great moment for them to turn face.
Yep.
So, but right now though, they are right where they need to be, and that's hanging out with the elite and doing all this white pea shit that they're doing. Very quickly though, Hidayah says the cord wrapped around the neck is the same as John Cena's birth. FYI, did you know that?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
John Cena, we're gonna write that autobiography, bro. Hidayah, how do you know this information? Was that in I know John Cena has released 2 books recently. So was it mentioned in the book? I would love to read more about his life as well.
Like his books though, aren't they like fiction books? I thought he wrote like a children's book or something like that.
He wrote a children's book, but like a month back he released 2 self-help books.
Oh, okay.
So the books was based on his motivational quotes that he puts out on Twitter. So it's like life's lessons that he learned from wrestling. And the thing about Johnson, he's a very inspirational guy. So I would love to learn more about his life.
Right. Okay.
Without Total Divas.
Yeah. Please, that's the best part of his life. Anyway, let's move on with the AEW card right now as we preview AEW Double or Nothing. Sting and Darby Allin versus Scorpio Sky, not Too Cold Scorpio, Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. Okay. Sting back, and they made a point of mentioning on commentary, by the way, I don't know if you caught this. This is not a cinematic match. This is Sting's like first match in don't know how many years in an actual like wrestling ring. By the way, full crowd.
Okay, you know what? I'm actually can't wait for the full crowd, because I know it's the pandemic and all that, but I miss the crowd so much. When I watched the UFC pay-per-view with that full crowd, wow, I got tingles, I got chills, and it's very conflicting. I understand.
Yeah, the chills might be from the COVID virus entering the body, but I really do hope like all this doesn't backfire. Like WWE announced they were back on the road as well. They're moving out of the Thunderdome once again, right? So I hope this doesn't backfire on them. I really do. Like I don't want it to backfire on them just for our entertainment's sake. You know what I mean? It's not worth it. And I think like the whole Thunderdome setup was awesome already. But if everything is cool, nothing bad happens, I'm all for it. That being said, okay, Sting, Darby Allin, Scorpio Sky, Ethan Page. Are you looking forward to this one?
I am looking forward to see how Sting performs. I suspect that the match will be 80% Darby Allin getting beaten up and then Sting making the comeback.
Yeah, getting thrown downstairs, smashed into barricades and shit like that. Yeah.
But on the heel side, right, bro, I want to see more of Scorpio Sky's heel work, because I know that he got a charisma. I know he can perform, but I kind of haven't had a chance to see a lot of his heel work. And also I haven't seen enough of Ethan Page in Impact Wrestling to know what kind of wrestler he is.
Right. If anything, obviously Sting is here to give them the rub. Give all of them the rub, both his partners and the bad guys. But if Sting and Darby win this, right, like, that's it, what? That's the end of the feud. That's the end of the story. So shouldn't Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page pick up the win here to carry this on?
I still think so too, because I feel Ethan Page had that very, he had a Casino Battle Royal or whatever debut, right, at Revolution, that ladder match. But ever since then, he hasn't really had a signature victory. And I like the point that you brought up. I think the whole point of Sting being in this match is to highlight 3 up-and-coming wrestlers. And I'm happy that that Sting wants to play this role. He's not just there for the high-profile matches. He's here to build up the next generation of wrestling, and I can respect that.
And okay, as far as I'm concerned, maybe they'll change things on Dynamite, which is on Friday. That means Saturday morning for us here in Singapore, right? I don't know why. Is it because of like a conflict in schedule or something?
Yeah, seems like a conflict. Okay. Some MLB or some shit. I don't know.
Oh, baseball. So, but whatever it is, right? I wonder if they should just change this into a hardcore match so that Sting doesn't have to like wrestle. He can brawl with weapons. Makes more sense to me.
Perhaps. But I feel like it's almost as if Sting might have requested this wrestling match as a way to prove to himself or prove to the people that he still can go. I do not know. You know how people are.
Yeah. But bro, the last time he had a wrestling match, wasn't that the one at WrestleMania against Triple H? And
the last wrestling match he had was that Night of Champions world title match with Seth Rollins. Remember where he got injured?
Yeah, and it was balls. Like even the one with Triple H before that at WrestleMania was also balls. So like I kind of don't want to see it. It's like Undertaker coming back. You know, it's like
Undertaker. There was a point when he crossed that path where I think I think he should retire.
Yeah. Just keep him as the mysterious guy or whatever the case may be, lah. So I'm looking forward to this only in that I morbidly want to see how Sting does, but I also kind of don't want to see it because I'm afraid that he'll, for lack of a better term, stink up his legacy, lah.
That was a good one, bro.
Yeah.
I just hope that he doesn't take any unnecessary bumps that is too dangerous for him. I don't want him to get hurt.
Bro, that's what Darby Allin is for. He will take all the bumps.
Let Darby Allin die, But
his body can take it.
But as long as Sting gets through the match, I'm happy.
That's a very low bar, but okay, it is what it is, lah. Somehow, if they put doing all that, they still put all these young up and comers over, then that's great. But this match to me is a big fucking question mark. Like, this could go south very quickly, or it could be a great moment for Darby Allin, Scorpio Sky, and Ethan Page. So there you go. Let's move on then. Miro versus Lance Archer with Jake the Snake Roberts doing who knows what fuck.
Bro, okay.
For the
please tell me
TNT
your
Championship.
thoughts.
Like this whole Lance Archer arc has been a big what the fuck is going on. He went from dominating heel to I'm a face, and then like kind of heel, now he's like Lance Archer to me is a destroyer, and Jake the Snake has gone from menacing old man to weird, like, what the fuck is he doing here? Still old man. But that's all the legends that they have, really, if you think about it. Tully Blanchard, Arn Anderson, all same. They're just there.
They should have a old man's section of the game. The AEW game. List of managers, all the old men.
Yeah. they just show up, do shit all, right? I mean, it almost feels like this is coming too soon. Like, Miro just won the championship. He hasn't had many dominating wins, and all of a sudden he's up against somebody who legitimately, like, from a visual standpoint, this is going to be a great challenger, right? So I don't see Lance Archer winning, because it would do Miro very, very, very dirty after a year of dicking around with the best friends.
So here's my thing. I thought the Double or Nothing was going to be a rematch for the TNT title between Darby Allin and Miro. Yeah. Because I thought that story wasn't ending yet. It just started.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I want to see Darby Allin in chase mode, but I guess they're already moving opponents on straight away. Did you see the promo that Miro cut on AEW Dynamite last week?
Yes, but I don't remember much of it. I don't even remember how I felt about it.
Okay. I guess I can refresh your memory.
Go ahead.
I honestly think Miro is super underrated on the mic. Like, I think something in him like switch on.
Snap, man.
Like the light switch on in him, and he has been cutting these very aggressive, very menacing promos, and he got really good one-liners, bro. Like, he got sick burns that he did on Lance Archer and Jake.
Okay.
Like, and he's definitely writing this shit by himself, because I don't think anyone has been able to capture his voice that well, especially in WWE as Rusev. Yeah. But he cut these two lines that I thought was like great burns. Like, I was like, okay, this is Miro's wittiness that's coming through.
What did he say?
He was saying something to Jake the Snake, saying that, if you come and touch me or come anywhere near me in this match and try to get in the way, there's no amount of yoga that can fix the shit I'm gonna do to your body. Basically,
I remember that DDP, right? Because the whole backstory is that Jake the Snake went to Diamond Dallas Page. DDP saved his life with his DDP yoga. Yeah, I caught that, but like, that is way too meta for most people to get.
Then the other line was because he keeps saying that Lance Archer, you like to say that everybody dies.
Yeah.
Then he say, but at Double or Nothing, I insist that you'll be the first.
Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, I get that as well. But once again, this feels like you're catering to a crowd that knows the product very well.
But it feels like that's the whole MO of AEW fans. Like, AEW wants to be smart marks, but you're right. I feel that you are limiting the potential of getting new fans.
Exactly. That's why it goes back to, I remember the promo, but I don't remember what was said during the promo, because none of it really, to me, like, I the aggression has always been there. We've seen, Miro, Rusev show glimpses of it in both WWE and in AEW, right? I think we just need to hear more from Miro, and more importantly, have him dominate the fuck out of people.
do it in his own voice lah.
Yeah.
My problem was in his presentation of WWE. Do you realize something, bro? WWE doesn't know how to book a menacing monster without making him sound like a stupid idiot savage. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Like Umaga, best example.
Yeah, cut
like, like fucking like why okay, if he's big and menacing and he's scary, why does he have to talk slow and dumb and act like an idiot?
Yeah. Well, it is what it is lah. So it almost in a way stereotyping the WWE plays towards that, right? It's a holdover from the 80s vibe of, I'm a trash man, I'm a clown, so I need to speak like a clown or a trash man or some bullshit like that.
I think having a very smart cerebral monster, I think would be a great character development. Like it would be very nuanced as a character to be like that.
That being said, why are they fighting? I kind of missed out on why Lance Archer gets the shot.
Yeah, so the thing is, I do not understand how Lance Archer suddenly went into the title picture, but he has been dancing around that picture because he wanted to challenge Darby Allin beforehand.
Yeah.
Do you remember this? He kept interrupting Sting.
Yeah. And then he kind of turned face like, I respect you, sort of shit. This was the whole confusing thing about like, what the fuck is he doing coming out and respecting
so
Sting?
this is what happened, bro. Okay, now I remember. He was keep calling out, talking shit to Sting, right?
Yeah.
But then Sting did a Uno reverse card and say, you know what, bro? But actually, I respect you. Then he's like, oh, really? Okay.
And that made him a good guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Hey,
it was just a misunderstanding.
Sting respects me. Oh my god, maybe there's more to me than I thought. And then Jake the Snake
I should love myself more.
Yeah, and then Jake the Snake is sort of like, okay lah. And then he's just like, I feel bad because like Jake the Snake, I love what Jake did back in his day, right? His promos were amazing. Now he's just sort of a little rambling fool.
Even his debut in AEW, I thought it was a great promo that he cut on Cody. Remember? Hail Caesar.
No, I think what it is, it goes back to AEW booking, where they're just booking on the fly, and some people don't do well without direction. And I think it's very clear there is no direction. Best Booker of 2020 things right here, man, in full display. There is no real direction. If I ask you to go out and just, what do you want me to go out and do? Just have a promo with Miro. Like the fuck you expect him to do?
Let's just agree that I feel that it's too soon. As much as it's gonna be a great heavyweight bout. I think it's gonna be Godzilla versus King Kong. You know, they're gonna beat the shit out of each other. But I think it's too soon for Lance Archer to even win anything. Like in this case, Miro has just started. I want Miro to go on a long dominant run.
I feel like this match should be sort of like a bullshit finish. So that you give Lance Archer a reason to challenge again, or you know what I mean, and continue this feud.
They should do the Strowman and Bobby Lashley spot lah.
Oh,
spear them through the stage or some shit, and they both die.
Yeah, you know,
everybody dies.
Yeah, everybody dies. I like that too. And then Jake the Snake just stands there. Oh, what happened? Do you want to see my snake?
He's like Gundu King like that.
Hey, okay, I'm sorry, but the past couple of weeks he has been a Gundu King. He's just hanging around Lance Archer. Oh, don't. Like as if this old fuck can hold back Lance Archer like that.
Yeah, I understand. But you know what? I love this version of Miro. Like I'm happy that he is where he is now, and I hope he continues to dominate.
Okay, let's move on. Hangman Adam Page versus Brian Cage. I feel like this is AEW's way of saying, okay, we hear the jokes. Let's do Page versus Cage.
Yeah. Page versus Cage with DDP as a special commentator or something like that.
Yeah, and with Page as special guest referee, and then Christian Cage. Fuck lah. Okay, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. What has been happening to Adam Page? Because apparently they say in the commentary that he's making his return or something. Did he disappear? I didn't even notice.
He's been sliding down. He went from number 1 contender to like 5th or something, and I think they're trying to make some sort of story out of that.
So is there going to be a mention of the FTW title being on the line, or just nothing?
Can we all agree that the FTW Championship right now, in its current iteration, is just bullshit? It's just a prop.
Yeah. The thing is, right, it's always been a so-called glamour title. Like, it didn't mean anything even back in ECW.
Like the $1 million title lah.
Yeah, it was. But I actually really like the design of the title. I think it looks good.
Sure.
Like, it's cool. And it fits the aesthetic of AEW. So I kind of want them to establish it as a legitimate title, in my opinion.
But the FTW, like, fuck the world, right? It's a Taz thing. It lent it's on brand with someone like Taz, who just is fuck the world. I don't care. But Brian Cage doesn't have the personality to pull it off. It doesn't work for me. Like Taz giving him the FTW title just doesn't work for me because he just looks like any. In fact, Brian Cage looks like a WWE corporate champion.
Okay, I get where you're coming from. Okay, let me ask you this question then. The BMF title in UFC.
Yeah.
That technically didn't mean anything, but it was just a
prop.
So-called prop to crown who's the baddest motherfucker.
Yeah.
Between the two of them, right?
Yeah.
I don't mind FTW being rechristened and like repurposed as like a hardcore championship or something like a new division in AEW where, because you see, bro, AEW is suffering from too many rosters, too many members of the roster, too little things to fight for.
Yeah.
So if FTW can be a division or something that gives. Yeah, because I feel like right now they have a lot of wrestlers, but they have nothing to fight for.
Yeah, but what the fuck is the FTW? Okay, ECW. It was like this title says even though I'm not the world champion, I'm a badass, right? Sure. And who won the BMF title? Who not won lah, but they were given. Wasn't it one of the Diaz brothers?
Nate Diaz won it against Jorge Masvidal.
They didn't win it so much as this is a prop thing. Like, it's not actually a title. It's just alright, who's a bad motherfucker? That's it, right? And that's what the FTW title should be. But Brian Cage, this is the case of the champion making the title, not the other way around. And I get what you mean. The champion is not making balls, not making shit. Irvin says it's so funny how they assume that everyone knows what the FTW title is.
Yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is if they can somehow create a new history with the FTW title, like a new meaning, give it a new meaning. So, okay, this is to crown the baddest motherfucker in AEW right now, or something like that. And then people can fight for this because I think that would be a good story. Like wrestlers want to fight for legitimacy, Even the 24/7 title means more than the FTW title at this point. Yeah, that's saying a lot.
No, at least the 24/7 title has this is a title that can be defended anytime. It's a joke gimmick title, yes, but so is the FTW title. Right now, it's literally I give my friend this belt and that's it, and it's never on the line. It means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. If
they said, okay, this belt is for the baddest motherfucker in the locker room.
Yeah.
Who think they can be
fight me?
Who thinks the toughest son of a bitch? You want to challenge him? Go get the title.
Yeah.
I don't mind that.
Yeah, exactly. And then Brian Cage every week beats down motherfuckers, and I'm the FTW. Then it makes sense. You're right. Exactly. That's why they did like US Open title, whatever, TNT every week. When you defend a championship, then it means something. If you are just using it as a prop, it means absolutely nothing.
I want titles to have meanings. Like if I was to be running a promotion, bro, I want titles to have a meaning not because of the weight class of the person. I want them to be like, okay, I'm the face of this network. So the winner of the TNT title, for example, he's gonna be the ambassador. He's gonna be the one doing all the media interviews. He's gonna be the one that will be talking to Hollywood people. Like that would be a cool reason to fight. Okay, I want to be the one that represents the championship. Yeah. Okay, if I'm the world champion, I'm considered the biggest draw. In my promotion. Then if I am like, okay, do you have like a IC championship equivalent? This is the workhorse title.
Yeah.
Like I kind of like, because like, okay, when you play games, bro, you got missions, right?
Yeah, sure.
You want to upgrade your abilities. Like you play Spider-Man. Okay, I want to get this suit. I want to get that suit. Like, and I think even if you think, even Pokemon is a great example. I'm gonna clear all the badges. Then I'm gonna earn the qualification to become a world title contender.
Yeah.
And the whole storyline, you can make a bunch of storylines. Like I want to move divisions. I want to go here, go there.
No.
That makes everything fun, right?
Yeah, of course. It gives you a reason to be there, to be in the division, to be fighting other people for it. Because at the end of the day, what are you fighting for? You know?
And I don't know who said this quote, but I think it is so relevant to wrestling in general. If there is no story, it's just two people in their underwears fighting for no reason.
True, 100%.
Right?
I mean, that in itself is interesting, but if it's every week, it's not interesting. That's why you need a freaking story, and that's what AEW suffers from, I think, the most. Sometimes they just think, let's just put two people. They know their history. No, I don't. I don't know that Ethan Page and Darby Allin had a long history in the Indies, because I'm not in the US. I don't fucking watch the Indies. How the hell is anybody supposed to know that shit? You know what I mean?
In my opinion, who is telling the best stories right now? NXT and SmackDown.
Yep.
SmackDown is very, very clear. The biggest storyline is the family drama.
Correct.
They have a very clear mid-card title scene.
Yep.
And even the women's division, yes, I know Bianca is a bit of a paper champion, but they have great contenders like lining up, you know.
Yep.
So just give stories in every single, and that's what, like I said, the Attitude Era great. Everyone has a story. Give stories to everyone.
Exactly. Okay, Hangman, Brian Cage. To be honest, I don't give a shit about this match. But who do you think should win?
I would say Adam Page.
Yeah, just to then like, why are they doing Brian Cage? Literally, this big motherfucker who looks impressive with the FTW title, which is a bullshit title, unless Adam Page steals the title and walks away. Like, it's like, oh,
Take your title, right?
Yeah, he just takes it because he won, ma. And then and what are they building up to a Dark Order versus Team Taz feud that nobody wants to see?
Dark Order versus Team Taz, blood and guts.
Who gives a no Stadium Stampede? Who gives a fuck?
No, we have a Stadium Stampede, so we're gonna be talking about that.
Yeah, like no stakes lah. This match just no stakes. It's just there for the sake of being there. So there you go. Let's move on then. We have the big Casino Battle Royale. This is for a future World Championship match, the AEW Championship. So okay, let me just read out the names, See if anybody jumps out. Lee Johnson, Dustin Rhodes, Nick Comoroto. Who the fuck is this guy?
Comoroto. Okay, he's the Nightmare Factory, the one with QT Marshall.
Oh, QT Marshall. Who cares? Anthony Bowens, Max Caster, Brian Pillman Jr., Griff Garrison, Preston Vance, Colt Cabana, Evil Uno, Blade, Isaiah Cassidy, Mark Quinn, Matt Hardy. Oh, apparently he's still wrestling. Jungle Boy, Penta El Zero Miedo, Powerhouse Hobbs, Matt Sydal, and Christian Cage. Okay, you look at that list.
Okay, so I see a couple of observations that I can make. They are throwing a bunch of tag teams with nothing to do.
Yep.
Both members of each tag team throw them in. They are throwing a lot of young undercut people who are new. Okay, I give them credit. Okay, so they give, at least they're throwing some new people. They throwing random ass veterans who can never get a match because they got no story going for them anyway, like Dustin Rhodes.
Yep. And Matt Hardy.
Yeah, Matt Hardy, yeah, for sure. But I guess Matt Hardy will have his what do you call it? Private party comrades with him, so that there might be some story of him trying to win because of numbers. But the one that catches my eye is the last name that you mentioned, bro.
Of course. No, the thing is, when I looked at that list, right, I'm like, okay, Christian Cage is gonna win this, Like, who the fuck else is challenging for the AEW Championship at this point? Evil Uno.
Penta El Zero.
Fuck off lah. Powerhouse Hobbs, QT Marshall. Oh my god. QT Marshall versus Kenny Omega. Can you imagine those headlines? Unless they decided to blow this off on a fucking episode of Dynamite just to give us a swerve. Yeah, Christian Cage, right? I'm sure there will be a Christian Cage versus Matt Hardy moment in the Battle Royale. They would be stupid not to do that because that's like a moment, right? Like, oh, it's Christian versus Matt Hardy. But beyond that, who else is going to win this shit?
Christian Cage to win, have like a blow-off random match on a special episode of AEW. I don't think it will even lead to All In.
Wow, that would suck though. Then it makes the Casino Battle Royale really mean nothing. Okay, here's the thing. There's still one to be announced. Is Samoa Joe's no compete clause up? Can you imagine? He's the last one to show up there. Like Christian Cage is like, yeah, I'm gonna win. Then dun dun dun. Well, they can't use the same music, but you know what I mean.
If Samoa Joe turns up, the entire match is worth it.
Correct.
If he doesn't turn up, we know Christian Cage is gonna win. The match is gonna be a bit of a waste of time. But I'm happy that the winner is the right winner.
No, but is it too obvious? Is it like when you, like I said, when I look at it, I'm of course Christian Cage is gonna win. Is it too obvious? Are they gonna swerve us?
You know what? If it's too obvious and they're gonna serve us and they're gonna introduce Samoa Joe, I don't mind seeing a Samoa Joe Christian rivalry for the next couple of months.
Sure. No, but what if the TBA is some like indie fella nobody knows, which they've done many times, right?
With Ethan Page was the one that I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. But what if it's some rando, right? Like maybe like he's kind of famous on the indies and
Nick Gage. Deathmatch. Ultimate deathmatch guy.
Fuck off lah, don't waste people's time lah. You know, so yeah, this looks like a big clusterfuck just to get Christian Cage up to the title contention picture.
Okay lah. I would say if you
Irvin says Velveteen Dream.
The Velveteen Nightmare. Must change a bit.
Oh yeah, there's already one dream on this card. Okay, cannot have another dream.
Yeah, that's true.
Which we will get to in just a little while. So I think we both agree Christian Cage.
Yep.
I think we are both on the same page in this match. This is either going to be a big clusterfuck of a match where the winner is super obvious, or the TBA to be announced fella is going to like change the whole picture. Because I honestly, from the bottom of my heart, don't see anybody else winning this.
But here's the thing, like I feel bad for the rest of the contestants.
Yeah,
they're just there to fill up numbers.
Yeah, get a payday lah.
Get paid lah.
Yeah, which is fine. Like they're all friend anyway, you know. So there you go. Okay, Cody, now, talking about dreams. Here we go then. For one night only, because of segregation and my wife, we have a black and white baby.
The first ever biracial child in the world.
Apparently. The American dream.
Hey bro, your singing voice is actually not bad, bro.
He's just a common, thank you. He's just a common man.
Guys, send some love for Mr. Young's singing voice, guys. Give some thumbs up.
American Dream. Actually, does he have the rights to that song?
I have no idea, bro.
It's going to be American Dream. Like they have to change the tune.
You know, we made this joke last week, and then halfway through, Snoop Dogg will have a remix of this song.
Yeah, it's the American Dream. Yeah, what's up? Yeah,
fighting for the common man.
Yeah, black and white, baby.
Yeah, it's doggy style. D-O-double-G. Drop it like it's hot.
Drop it like it's hot. Yeah, American. Yeah. Okay, that was horrible.
We just butchering his entire.
Snoop D-O-double-G. What?
Okay, so Anthony Agogo is gonna win.
He has to, right? He has to.
Can you imagine, like, after all the pomp and circumstance, then I think Agogo give one-time liver shot, right? Then he just died.
Okay. So, yeah, actually, right? I mean, Cody obviously needs to go down here. It makes no sense for Cody to come in and win this. You know, if anything, it piles all that heat onto Anthony Agogo to beat the American Dream, right?
Actually, right, in some sort of sick, twisted mind that Cody is thinking, he might think that he needs to win so that he can defend America, and then it will be like celebrated like a babyface.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah. Then after that, when the child is born, there will be a camera in the delivery room saying that this victory is for you. The first ever biracial baby in history
of the universe. Oh man, look, man,
But you understand why Cody Rhodes might think that way. I think in his mind, he might think that, you know what, I need to win because I'm defending America. This is going to be a feel-good story.
I feel like if he does that, it will really prove how incredibly full of himself he is.
You know what? I'm gonna vote for Cody Rhodes to win. I just want to see the reaction. You know what? Imagine the crowd. There's going to be a crowd there, remember?
Yeah.
The crowd completely shits on him winning that he turns heel on the spot.
No, but they won't. They won't, because this crowd, this American crowd, loves this shit.
Oh yeah, the crowd is drinking the Kool-Aid, right?
Yeah, and like, you know, I would love if the crowd just shat on it because they realize he's being like too full of himself and they like turn on him, but I don't think that's gonna happen at all. They love it. They love this shit. And well, hey, who am I to say? I'm just a kid in Singapore, you know? Like
I'll give you a question, Young. Would you give Cody props if this was his plan all along? To slow burn into a heel turn, because he came in as this babyface savior ambassador of TNT. He wants to change and become this corporate guy. That was his plan all along, so that he can become the most hated so-called corporate guy of AEW. Will you give him props?
I would, but I don't think they thought that far. It's like me giving props to the Young Bucks for slowly changing heel. No, they didn't. They just did it on a whim because none of their booking suggests that they have had this long-term planning at all. They just realized, oh, this suits this current storyline, let's turn heel.
But I would say that he has been hinting it because he has been acting like gradually into a douchebag for the longest time.
I feel like he's always been a little bit into himself from the start.
Feeling himself a bit, huh?
Yeah, a bit too much. So
we shall see. We shall see.
I'm interested in this match just to see how or if he puts Anthony Ogogo over. I feel like the right thing to do would be to get completely 100% fucked by Anthony Ogogo. This is what I think should happen.
He's been getting a lot of props, by the way. I see like the comments about Anthony Ogogo. Right? A lot of people is actually liking him.
Yeah.
Because he. Okay.
What?
I blame Jim Cornette for this, bro.
Okay.
You know what he say?
What did he say?
Okay. So Cody Rhodes is gonna defend America and gonna show how great American is by beating up a black man.
Yeah, I know. That his whole I have a black white baby, blah blah blah, and he's gonna beat up a black man to defend America's honor. Like what?
Yeah. So he was saying like, so if I'm just a casual fan, right? I'm actually gonna root for this Anthony Ogogo guy because this other guy has like all the pomp and circumstance, all that, and this guy is just here with his fist trying to fight himself, and he has a great story. He has a great history. Anthony Ogogo. I think he's like blind in one eye or some shit like that.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
because that's the reason he quit boxing.
Oh, right. I think you mentioned it already. You see, that would be great if he were a face, but he's supposed to be an evil foreigner heel.
Yeah, because Cody Rhodes want to get the babyface rub, that motherfucker.
So it's like, I'm fighting against not okay. Like maybe he didn't quite say that, but I love.
It was hinted.
Yeah, I love African Americans, but then he's gonna beat up this African Englishman.
The line that now I remember the line that cracked me up. I can have Snoop Dogg and Lynyrd Skynyrd in my playlist.
Like
because this is America.
Yeah. Like most of us don't have like varied playlists. Like the fuck.
Okay, so the meme that they say they're gonna start chanting this at Double or Nothing. You know that the 80s song. You wake me up before you go.
Yeah. Oh, Agogo, is it?
Yeah, they're gonna start singing that song to support Anthony Ogogo. So
nice.
Beat him up and turn him go.
That's quite funny actually.
Yeah, that's quite funny.
I low-key like, if anything, you're right. What if this was Cody's plan to actually turn Ogogo face? Well, you know what Ogogo needs to do? Get the fuck out of the factory.
Yes. Beat Cody up, blind his eye, then after that he also start wearing contact lens.
I mean, okay, you know what's gonna happen? This is what I think is gonna happen. This is AEW booking, right? Anthony Ogogo is gonna win, but because of shenanigans, because of QT Marshall and his entire group, they're gonna fuck around. Cody's gonna lose. I honestly feel like Ogogo needs to go in there. This is how I would book it, Mr. Young booking. Ogogo goes in there and fucks Cody Rhodes up easily and quickly. Okay. Almost squash fashion. To me, it is akin to Brock Lesnar destroying John Cena.
Yeah, it was like so shocking.
Yeah, I feel like this needs to be that shocking of a fight. I don't want this but this is Cody Rhodes. It's going to be a fucking 30-minute back and forth. Of course, Cody Rhodes got to fucking have Crimson Mask because somebody else will have a Crimson Mask at some point, right?
I would say, I would love to see that happen. Honestly, that would be the better, ending. But like realistically, I would say that Cody Rhodes will win. He's gonna have this great big babyface underdog victory, and he thinks like it's gonna be like the best underdog victory ever, and he's gonna live out to the American dream name. He's like, I'm fighting for my fight. He will even probably cut a post-match promo and he'll start crying for no reason.
And make me just vomit even more. Yeah, okay.
Let's revisit this during our review episode next week, and we shall see.
Oh my god, bro. Oh my god, I just cannot. Anyway, let's move on. Yes, Hikaru Shida versus Britt Baker. This one's very easy. Britt Baker needs to take the title off Hikaru Shida already. Shida hasn't done squat.
Yeah, Britt Baker has been a champ in waiting for the longest time. Let's just call a spade a spade. Yep. She's the most over female wrestler in AEW, hands down. Yeah.
I mean, their roster is still very thin. They're trying to build more characters, but your champion, it's like the same thing with Asuka lah. Like they don't know what to do with her. She's her only gimmick is she is Japanese. That's it.
Yeah, but Britt Baker, not only is she compelling and charismatic, she has the whole her gimmick is actually kind of cool, like the fact that she's a DMD.
Yeah, exactly. And then she has this sidekick rebel who's like she is the most fully fleshed out character in the women's division over there on AEW.
And let's not forget, she got street cred. She's a legitimate tough bitch. Tough bitch.
In the most respectful way, yes.
Yes, from her, victory that she had.
Yeah.
So
this only makes sense, and I wouldn't be surprised if the crowd cheered her when she wins.
Yeah,
because Hikaru Shida
well
is right now cold, cold, like stone cold, and not in the stone cold way. She's like completely no heat whatsoever.
Yeah, let's hope so. Because I think this will usher in a new era, and I think Britt Baker will be a very compelling heel going forward.
And whoever beats her will get a massive rub. So we'll have to see who is the one next in line. Like
Senara Conti. Okay, I like her when she's hot.
Yeah, she personality-wise, like when you look at that roster, actually, right? Like who is next in line to face Britt Baker? I honestly don't see anybody, which is kind of scary.
I mean, she's probably gonna revisit Thunder Rosa, I guess.
You think so?
Serena Deeb.
But isn't Thunder Rosa NWA champ? I mean, not champ. Sorry, she's NWA. No, Serena Deeb is the NWA champ right now.
Thunder Rosa is you're right, NWA roster member, but like I guess it's gonna be more of that because like we talk about legitimate AEW talent, not a lot.
Okay, Jade Cargill.
Oh, yeah, Jade Cargill actually might give a good account of herself.
But that's two heels. Because Jade Cargill has been doing the whole I don't want you to represent me, sort of thing. So I think Jade is still waiting in the wings. She needs to establish the dominance first. The problem is she's a heel, Britt Baker is a heel, so that's two heels.
Red Velvet. The Brandy Rhodes 2.0. That's
what she's there, but like I don't like what is her character other than the alien girl? Oh my god, no.
What if Cody Rhodes has been teaming up with Red Velvet because she reminds him of the wife,
and then that's how he turns heel, right? Like he has an affair.
Ooh,
America. Anyway, that's his American dream. Anyway, okay, so now we have two more matches. I would think that the Stadium Stampede will be the final match. Like, it has to be. Even though it's not a title match. Because when I look at Kenny Omega versus Orange Cassidy versus Pac, we've talked about this ad nauseum for the past few weeks. I don't see this as a marquee end the night big blow-off match. This is just like, I don't give a shit that this match is actually even happening. Nobody here thinks that Pac or Orange Cassidy has a shot of winning.
Yep. Kenny Omega wins, hands down, but it's gonna be a competitive match. I think Orange Cassidy will surprise a lot of people.
Yeah. No. Here's the thing. Like when I look at these people, I know that they all can go. There will be a lot of false finishes, crazy jumps and leaps from the ring, blah blah blah. All that. Like a match itself is going to be a spectacular match. But in terms of a storyline or the championship, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, but I don't mind because I feel like there's more stories to tell with Kenny Omega, and you know what? He's actually a very entertaining champion. Did you see what happened last week? Was it last week? Yeah, the one where was it last week that Orange Cassidy had a concussion? Or was it the week before? I can't remember.
Week before. So Kenny did talk about it.
Yes. So she talked about it, right? But I think he's a great improviser. Like I think you can tell that he's talking a lot of things off the cuff. But he makes it really entertaining. And I think we talk about package with Lashley and MVP. Him and Don Callis works.
Yeah. I don't know if it's the Winnipeg connection or what, but they are on the same wavelength. I know what you mean. And then last week was all about like Don Callis going to Orange Cassidy, say, hey, why don't you postpone this match? Because you got concussion. I mean, so he's trying to psycho him out of the match so that Kenny Omega can have a one-on-one. Because in a triple threat, he doesn't have to be pinned to lose his title, right?
I feel like Don Callis is what Paul Heyman is to WWE. Like I think he's that cerebral presence on the show.
Yeah, that is sort of like he will break the fourth wall a lot. He will mention a lot of meta stuff, but at the same time, also he's a very skilled sort of storyteller. When he's on the screen and he's talking, I want to listen to what this fucker has to say, right? I mean, he's agree. A heel. So that being said, though, the title is not going anywhere.
Nah, you're right. I agree. And I'm happy for that. Like, Kenny Omega retains in a great match.
But to me, a foregone conclusion is a problem, especially when you're talking about your main event, because it's like, okay, but I guess that's not going to be. That's why I say this shouldn't be the main event. The main event should be Stadium Stampede. And the losing team has to disband.
Serious?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
thought
okay.
it's
No,
only Inner
no.
Circle?
You're right. The Inner Circle has to disband. So I guess we're done with Kenny Omega and Don Callis and Orange Cassidy and Pac, right?
Yep.
Which says a lot, by the way, the fact that we don't have much to talk about.
No. I mean, I'm okay because I feel like maybe I've just been conditioned by watching WWE pay-per-views recently. It's the most predictable shit ever. Backlash was fucking predictable.
No, but
so
yeah.
like.
This is predictable, but the point is, I think this is building to the next feud, which is Christian Cage versus Kenny Omega, which is what I want to see. So that's fine. Here we go then. Pinnacle, the Pineapple, versus the Inner Circle. If Inner Circle loses, they must disband as a team forever. Okay. Forget about the whole thing where we just saw blood and guts.
Yep.
As a match on its own, this sells the whole pay-per-view, doesn't it?
Yep. Of course. First of all, I'm basing it on the fact that I really enjoyed last year's Stadium Stampede. It was hilarious. It was funny, action-packed. Everything I want in a wrestling match, basically.
Yep.
But the problem with this match right now, that I foresee, is there's only going to be one conclusion.
Which is?
Inner Circle has to lose and disband. And I'm sad about that.
But why do they have to? Why?
Okay. If Inner Circle wins, what does that mean?
The faces get one over on the heels, or?
Both teams will be 1-on-1, right? One and one. Then there will be a blow-off match. What can be bigger than Stadium Stampede and Blood and Guts? Fight of the universe?
Bro. Exploding cage match.
Exploding arena match. If you don't win and escape the arena, the whole arena will detonate.
Yeah, all the fans also explode.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
You escalate the stakes so much.
But bro, we've talked about this. This is AEW's major problem. They start everything off at freaking level 10 already. And they or level 9. And then the next one is level 10. They can't go any further already. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Pinnacle has to win. I feel like Pinnacle is at the start.
Yeah.
They can't suffer a decisive loss so fast in their... They need to go on that dominant run that Inner Circle did, right? Inner Circle has to break up because I feel like breaking up Inner Circle tells a lot more stories.
Yep.
Post Avengers Endgame, that it changed. It will change. It will never be the same again. But they've done so much. They have enough cachet in their 2-3 years of existence that I feel like they every character in Inner Circle is strong enough to start telling more stories of their own.
True. And if anything, now that you've talked about it and I'm thinking about it like this, right? Do you think that Inner Circle has run its course? Because I actually think that they have. And maybe Chris Jericho needs to take a break for a bit. Because this and his career has been like that, right? Once something gets stale, he will fuck off and then come back in like half a year or 1 year and he'll be reinvented, right? So do you think this is their way of saying, okay, Inner Circle, they've been dominant, they've sold a lot of merchandise, but I think the popularity is starting to go down. Let's let the Pinnacle really have that statement, dominant win, statement win, and we can go and do our own things. And Sammy Guevara can continue this momentum. So look out. Once again, the same thing has to happen that happened in the Blood and Guts match. You need to push MJF, Sammy Guevara, who else? The tag teams.
Of course, the tag teams, Revival, FTR,
Santana Ortiz.
Santana Ortiz never even had a tag team title, right? I think they should, go on their way, go fight in the division.
Yeah, Wardlow and Jake Hager and Sean Spears, they're just going to be there.
They can just fight for the FTW title. But okay, here's the thing. I feel like, Chris Jericho's going to lose. He's going to go away. Sammy Guevara is just gonna be this star that he's gonna be lost, but I think people root for him. I think he's gonna be a big baby face.
Yeah,
he's already a big baby face in my opinion. He's further along his baby face support than like someone like Jungle Boy or Darby Allin, in my opinion.
Yeah. Which is funny because he was such a good heel when they were in the Inner Circle. This goes to Chris Jericho being able to just execute this turn perfectly and giving the rub to his fellow Inner Circle mates. I'm sure this smells and feels to me like Chris Jericho's planning all along, and I freaking love it.
I think Chris Jericho has achieved what he wanted out of Inner Circle. I think when he first started out this group, I'm gonna create 4 new stars.
Yep.
I'm gonna create a new antagonist for them to fight with.
Yeah.
And then once I've done the job, build these two new people, I can fuck off.
Yeah.
The wrestling industry continues and is in better hands. Like I feel like he has done his job.
Yeah.
And he has played both heel and face as well.
Exactly. And he does so very well because, he's a veteran, right? That's why this whole thing works. I too share the sentiment that I would be sad if the Inner Circle were to break up, but I actually do see that they kind of need to break up at this point. Give the Pinnacle the rub, because even though the Pinnacle won, right, at Blood and Guts, do you still, I don't feel like they are there yet.
Yeah.
So this could be the stomp, the seal of approval, the stamp.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, they won 2 in a row. Goodbye, Inner Circle. We are the dominant group. Because at the end of the day, the Pinnacle is still, right now to me, MJF sort of stands out and that's it.
That's what someone like Shawn Michaels would do. That's something like Undertaker would do. Just give the rub, and they know that they are strong enough to survive without the rub. That's what makes them a over wrestler. What?
Yep. I would like to see during this match they do the Sammy Guevara jumping at the golf cart thing.
Yeah.
But in a different way. Somehow they will be creative enough to pull it off. I don't know. Maybe Sammy Guevara saves Chris Jericho from getting run over by a car, and then
I agree that would be an interesting callback. Or is Sammy Guevara that's running over MJF with the golf cart?
Yeah, maybe. But I think Guevara is the one who can sell it the best because he's super athletic and everything. But yeah, beyond that, Santana Ortiz, they'll do their crazy shit, street thug shit. It's going to be an interesting match lah. Sean Spears will be there.
Wardlow and Jake Hill will be crashing two things.
Yeah. Hopefully Wardlow does a bit more than he did in Blood and Guts.
I want some other stuff to be highlighted other than MJF and Guevara will be highlighted, but I want Wardlow to have a signature moment.
Yeah.
Or I want FTR to show off their intelligence and their connivingness, their cunning. So I hope everyone gets spotlighted well. And the final coup de grace is maybe MJF do one big fuck you to Chris Jericho and throw him off the ledge or something that he just died also.
Well, but Chris Jericho, we all see, can come back 1 week after getting thrown off a cage. So this one has to be higher.
Higher. It needs to be at the top of the Titantron of the stadium.
On top of the stadium, fall off, and then we cut. So
never to be seen again.
Yeah. It's like when Baron Corbin threw Aleister Black and Rey Mysterio off the Titan Towers.
Yeah.
And then they've thrown him right off the roof. Oh, what happened? He died. Oh. And then he comes back 2 weeks later.
Yeah, I think
with one crutch. Oh yeah, you threw me off, but I survived. Fuck you.
Yeah, that would be perfect.
That would be perfect for AEW. It would make no sense for anybody else. Okay, so despite all the booking and the rushed storytelling, this is still going to be an exciting match to look forward to lah.
Yeah. And you know what? I'll say this lah. The Double or Nothing card actually looks pretty stacked.
Yeah. Very much
the matches, even though yes, I might disagree with some of the matches, but I am looking forward to every single match, even Agogo and Cody Rhodes.
I just want to see how full. See, this match is I want to see just how full of himself Cody can get in this match more than anything else.
Hey, they still gonna get our eyes, what? So
exactly. And we'll be here to talk about it next Monday at 12 noon, right after the pay-per-view itself. We'll break it all down, don't you worry. So thank you so much for joining us here on chat, or if you're listening to this after the live stream, thank you for downloading the podcast. As always, please share it, let people know about it. If you haven't already, hit subscribe on the YouTube channel as well. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. It's Kick to the Gut.
Yep. Don't forget as well to check out the SPW's Proof Alive and Kicking tonight, 8 p.m. Of course, headline by Statement versus Trexxus, Career versus Title. That should be awesome. It's
all on the line. The very soul of SPW is on the line. And I'm excited, man, just by the fact that, local wrestling is, there was a start and then we went back into heightened alert, but there's still content coming out, which is great.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. And you know what? Stay with us every single week. We're going to be talking about what's happening on wrestling that particular week. And we can't wait to talk about Double or Nothing next week.
Yeah, which is, if you think about it, right, they're doing their job. We are looking forward to it. So, in a way, we have been sports entertained. So, kudos. I know you don't hear this much from me. Okay, I want to address one thing really quick, right? Apparently, sure. I have a reputation now of hating on AEW. I just hate AEW. Apparently, people are shocked that I watch AEW. I'm like, you think I go on here on this podcast and rant about AEW without watching AEW? That's some bullshit. That's some fucked up shit. The only reason I can rant about it is because I do watch it.
Who are these people?
Just randos on my Twitch. Sometimes they're like, hey, you watch AEW, man? I thought you hated it. I'm like, yeah, but I shit on it because I've watched it, not because I blindly like. I am a WWE fanboy, don't get me wrong, but I'm also a pro wrestling fanboy.
You should tell all these randos is you are not listening to our podcast enough.
Yeah.
That's why you assume.
Yeah. Don't assume because you make an S out of you and me.
Yeah. But you know what? That's the thing about wrestling. I think it's the one place that we can rant.
Yeah.
And just be completely annoying people about it because we love it. Like we love we own about like I go around, bro, like people do not know me that well, but like, hey, you're the guy that loves wrestling, right?
Sure.
Or like if I'm with my musician friends, even at work, they're like, hey, you're the one that crazy about wrestling, right? But they don't have no idea like that I talk shit about wrestling or like things that piss me off. I'll talk about that.
You see, I don't think it's like we are talking shit about it. Yeah, we are in a way. Sometimes we like to fuck around and make jokes about it, right? But at the end of the day, here's the thing: it's not like I only shit on AEW. Like I shit on the WWE all the time. You know?
So equal opportunity shitter lah.
It's the same way people shit on movies or talk about their favorite TV shows. It's just something we're passionate about, and if it doesn't make sense, we are going to call it out, and we're not going to just blindly sit there and say, oh, this makes sense. No. Which is what I feel a lot of people do because they like to fall into camps. Oh, I am team AEW. WWE is the evil empire, or the other side.
And here's another thing that I want to make really, really clear. We are not shitting on the wrestlers' ability as wrestlers. Because
sometimes we do when they really suck.
Yes. But what I'm trying to say is like we've been in the ring so in a way, you know, we've had a wrestling match. So I know what it takes or like how hard it is, how difficult it is to even step into the ring. That's one thing's for sure.
The respect is always there. The storylines are sus. Let's be real. And production can be very sus. But also at the same time too, I feel like in this era, in 2020, 2021, you can't get away with being a shit wrestler and being in the ring. You can't.
Yeah, if you're a shit wrestler, you won't be on the big leagues, that's for sure.
Or you won't be on the TV shows at all. Especially with like a Raw and SmackDown, you have NXT, which is your finishing school. So you already have some standard. Like even with Bugs Bunny, I'm a Bad Bunny, like he got standard already.
Yeah. So the point I'm trying to make is like, if we are TV show fans, right, we are not shitting on the acting ability of the actors. We are shitting on the storylines, like why they make this character do this, why they make character do that. But if the wrestler is really, really good or the actor is really good, like, oh, I love his performance as this character, you know what I mean?
Well, to be fair, sometimes we do shit on the acting lah. Like when Ricochet goes on the mic, well, I cannot take it.
Bro, that's why we love it, man. We have our favorites and we have the people that we don't like.
True. Okay, that being said, once again, thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you again soon. Be sure to catch SPW's big show tonight, 8 p.m. on their YouTube page. And while you're watching, go and like us on the YouTube channel as well.
Yes. Please, guys, we need the support. Please like and subscribe. And also, please listen to the podcast audio version once it comes out. We try to put it out as soon as possible.
Exactly. Okay? In case you came in halfway, you missed what we talked about earlier with SPW. We even had the Statement, Alexis Lee, a bunch of them, they were in the chat talking about this big match coming up, right? If you want a background to the story that's unfolding, SPW Soul is on the line. Listen to the rest of the audio. We'll put this up as soon as possible. But thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you again next week. Hey, it's Mr. Young. This is your cue to say,
oh no, what happened?
Foreign in the building. Oh, you got lag. Wow, you lag right at the... Okay, let me pretend to be foreign. It's foreign in the building. Yeah. Okay, you don't sound like Snoop Dogg.
It's foreign in the building!
Take care.